All right. Welcome back to another stream. But yeah, happy Tuesday for today. Hopefully you guys had a great Memorial Day weekend per se this past weekend for a 3D weekend, at least for Americans over here to say the very least. But yeah, happy second half of Genshin 5.6 day today. I don't think anything has really majorly changed over here except for the banners, I believe, and the Chronicle Wish banner, that we have for Inazuma over here to say the very least. Unless they had like another event, I guess, throughout today and whatnot, that I wasn't quite aware of, at least from before. But yeah, I guess we can get started over here on things and see how things go along over here to say the very least. But yeah. I still need to finish that other event though, like the one with the the two monsters, I believe. I don't know what it's called. It's oh, it's not this one. I think this is the new event that just came out today, right? Yeah, but the Operation Downpour Simulation haven't started a single time at all yet over here. But I was able to finish, I guess, the Fontaine event that just ended last Sunday, I believe, right? So 2 days ago. It's just that I was just kind of speed running it off stream and whatnot, because I was just feeling really tired during that night. But yeah, nonetheless, I guess we can get started with dailies or expeditions, and then perhaps go throughout these test runs over here as well, and then see how things go per se. But yeah. Hello, Stummy, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going so far? Hopefully you had a nice weekend, by the way, Stommy, but nonetheless, welcome in. Just pulled Ito and Kokomi in 40 pulls. Do you think it was worth? Yeah, I would say it's worth overall and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that, Navia is still the better Geo main DPS, per se, between Ito and Navia that we have going on right now for the Geo supremacy, I guess you could say. So, yeah. But, oh, I didn't realize that Ito was also included within the Chronicle Witch banner. I know that, Ayaka, I guess, and Yoimiya, and, perhaps, the other Inazuma characters that, kind of had in my mind earlier, per se, Kokomi, right? Is within the, Chronicle Witch banner, I believe, right, too? Since you pulled her, I believe, right? Thank you for the follow, by the way. But, yeah, I'd say it's worth, especially if you only use 40 pulls for both of them and whatnot, So, yeah, you basically got, both 5 stars within, only, 20 pulls for each of them and whatnot, So, yeah. I would say that if you already have Navia before, that each doesn't feel as worth, to pull for. If you already have Navia beforehand, that is. But, I mean, if you don't have her at all yet, or don't really have, Albedo, or another, main Geo DPS character, that is, then yeah, I would say it's overall worth and whatnot. So yeah, each hits really strong, by the way. I mean, he's not as strong as Navia overall per se, but I mean, he's probably the second best Geo DPS that I have in my mind right now when it comes to just overall strength, I guess, in terms of the Geo category, I guess you could say, right? So yeah. But yeah, congratulations on getting both Ito and Kokomi, nonetheless, within only 40 pulls, per se. How are you liking them so far? But yeah, I mean, I pulled for Kokomi as well, I think. I didn't actually get her until, her second rerun banner, I believe, or one of her first rerun banners, because the first time, I pulled on her first banner, that's also my first time losing my 50-50, I guess, to Kachin over here. But I mean, I don't think Kokomi is as good as she used to be though, but I mean, it's still good nonetheless and whatnot, especially if you need per se pure healing per se. But yeah. Sadly, Ichi is my least favorite character in the banner. Could have been at least Miko. Oh really? Why did he went for Ichi then? Yeah, if you mentioned that he's your least favorite character within the Chronicle Wish banner, but oh, is that because you lost at first? Is that what you mean? And then you must have used a guaranteed, I guess, on Kokomi afterwards, right? So you were aiming to go for Kokomi, but initially you got Icho at first, right? Like, yeah. I mean, that's okay though, you know, because Icho's like I said, you know, it's really good. Like, he's like extremely good Geo DPS character overall still and whatnot, you know. But I would say that if you have Navia already, that there isn't much of a point exactly to pull for Icho anymore. That is, if you already have Navia per se. Like, yeah. You said you already have like Navia C1, but oh, do you have a weapon at all or no? Or do you only have for C1? Because I don't feel like a C1 is like really that important, right? At least the last time I looked at her banner from like, you know, her first banner over here. But at the same time, I haven't really built her at all yet since like I got her during the first banner, I guess you could say. Well, like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what C1 does over here, but like, is it that much of a difference between like her regular at all or no? Because I only went for her like character, like, you know, when her first banner appeared. So like, I'm not quite sure exactly how C1 makes a huge difference over C0, I guess, depending on like how you feel, you know. But like, yeah. But yeah, at least you managed to get Kokomi, you know, at the very end of the evening per se, and plus, you know, you only managed to like spend like a few pulls as well, you know, like 40 pulls for both Icho and Kokomi, you know. I like to say it's like really good nonetheless, you know. So like, yeah, only 20 pulls for both 5 stars. So it's like really lucky. Pulled him at like 10 petty, and then oh, okay. Well, that might be even better actually, because I didn't realize that you got Icho at like 10 petty. I thought I sort of like assumed, you know, you got them both at 20, I guess, you know, because that's like the average of the two. But like, still, that's like a free 5-star then, I like to say. Like, yeah, especially if you only got them at like your first 10 pull, you know, then yeah, I think of it as a free 5-star in some cases, even though, you know, you initially lost before Kokomi, I guess, you know, before that, in which you like your primary goal, you know, was to get Kokomi towards the very end. But like, if you only did like 110 pull, you know, and you managed to get like a 5-star already, you know, like, at least in my opinion, that's like a free 5-star in between and whatnot, you know. Like, yeah, since it was like really cheap to get like a free 5-star at like only 10 pulls for each per se. But like, yeah. Oh, okay. Does it make much of a difference at all or no? I didn't get my first ever double 5-star, you know, until like run May. Well, when it comes to Star Rail, I guess it's Star Rail and Genshin. Like, yeah, I didn't get my first double 5-star like ever, you know, in both Genshin and Star Rail until run May's banner, like with her and Firefly. But for Genshin, I believe my first double 5-star, I believe, might have been Mavikas, I think. Like, yeah, either Mavikas or a different character, but from what I remembered, I believe it was still Mavikas, because, you know, I remember getting like the double pyro archons, you know, with like both her and Diluc within the same 10 pull. But yeah, that's like my first time ever getting double 5-star. Was this also the first time you able to get a double 5-star? Or I mean, for Navia, that is, when you got her C1, that is. But like, yeah. Yeah, the C1 says over here, like, each stack of the crystal sharpener consumed when Navia uses her crystal shot will restore 3 energy to her and decrease the cooldown of the sunlit skies singing slew. I'm not quite sure what these two are. I'm assuming the first one is like her elemental, you know, and her second one is, you know, like her ultimate, I believe, right? Like, yeah. Up to 9 energy can be gained this way, and the cooldown of as the sunlit skies singing salute can be decreased by up to 3 seconds. So I think this C1 is like kind of good, I guess, you know, if you really need energy. Other than that, I'm not quite sure, you know, if it's that big of a difference between like C0 besides her like her energy consumption over here. But like, yeah. Now to farm half of Natlan, Leeway expansion, Sea of... I don't know what the Sea of Bygone is, and like 3 Sumeru Desert Pass are, but, is the Sea of Bygone stars supposed to be Inazuma or a different area? Or is it the end of Natlan, I guess, you know, like, yeah, because, I haven't explored much of Natland so far, you know, and I still have yet to explore, you know, the bottom portions of Inazuma over here. So like, yeah. Oh, I used to, I guess, like 2 weeks ago, but then I switched over to YouTube. So like, I like multi-stream on like both YouTube and not Twitch now, and like TikTok now. So I mean, up to you and whatnot. You don't have to, obviously, but like, I greatly appreciate the you know, the idea nonetheless. You know, but like, yeah. Yeah, I used to. It's just I kind of like decide to switch over, you know, to like try something new and different, I guess, you know. And like, dude, also like dude, like I feel like Twitch has been like having like way too many ads lately. Is it just me or is it for everyone of you guys as well? But like when I was like watching like some Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess, you know, on like my page, I guess, you know, like I watched like at first, you know, I watched an ad, right? Like yeah, but then I just like swiped up, you know, or like closed the app, you know, because I had to like do something on my phone, you know, like a little bit afterwards, you know. So like I assumed, you know, I'd have to like watch any more ads, you know, like once I come back to the stream, I guess, you know, for the show. And then like a few seconds later, you know, they like hit me with like 9 ads like when I came back. So like yeah. So like, you know, is it just me or has Twitch have been like, you know, bombarded with ads recently and whatnot? I feel like it has been, because like 9 ads is like the largest amount I've seen so far, at least I'm pretty sure. So like, yeah. Hello True, welcome back to the stream. How's your weekend been, by the way? Hopefully you had a great rest of your weekend, but nonetheless, I'm doing better, I like to say. Like, yeah, I feel much rested now, I guess, compared to Sunday per se, but nonetheless, how are you doing today? But yeah, we're taking a look at the new update, I guess, for tonight. And plus, I haven't really done dailies, I guess, at all here too, you know, because I just hopped on just like a few minutes ago. But like, yeah, nonetheless, I'm glad to see you too as well, True. How's your overall week been so far? Well, like, yeah, Oh, okay, that's probably what, I don't know yet. Like, if it's a Fontaine part, you know, then, you know, I really not quite sure if I know, because I haven't explored this area yet, you know, and this area I've only explored like a little bit. Like the only reason why I explored like, you know, this small island over here is to unlock this domain, because you know, I was kind of like, you know, quote unquote forced, you know, to like farm artifacts, you know, for chlorine, I believe, you know, for the Imaginary Theater, you know, like a couple of seasons ago. So like yeah, I like only unlocked this island area, you know, for like this domain over here. So like yeah. Hello Henry, welcome back to the stream. How's your day been, by the way? Hopefully you had a great weekend, nonetheless, Henry. But like yeah, how's your Tuesday been so far? But like yeah, did he manage to pull for Ye Miko, by the way, Henry, or have you not pulled quite yet per se? But yeah, nonetheless, hopefully you had a great rest of your weekend. How's your overall Tuesday been so far? But like, yeah. Hello Lunam, welcome to the stream. How's your day been today? Hopefully you had a great Tuesday as well, by the way, Lunam. But yeah, nonetheless, how's your overall week been so far too? Did you pull for anyone this update as well by any chance for today? But like, yeah, Wait, I just started stream though, like, yeah, but I'm glad to see that made you happy. Nonetheless, True, but I just started a stream though, so like, you know, I didn't feel like I did anything special over here, you know, but I'm glad to see that overall that I guess my presence has made your day happier and overall better. Just said it very least, right? But like, yeah, But what about you? How's your overall day been today? Hopefully you had a great Tuesday as well, by the way, so far, and you had a great rest of the weekend per se. But yeah, I like messaged you that we were able to fully complete the Fontaine event, right? Like the Fontaine quest, you know, that just ended like Sunday and whatnot. Yeah, it was long, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of glad that I like didn't stream, you know, like stopped streaming a bit afterwards. Just because I wasn't expecting it to be like that long, I guess. Like, yeah, until like I actually speedrun it, you know? And, yeah, I was like only left like, you know, with like an hour or two left before the daily event was about to end back then. But like, yeah. Oh, it's good. I'm doing pretty good, I like to say. Henry, thank you very much for asking. Yeah, it's been a pretty good Tuesday so far. I mean, I just hopped on Genshin just now though, since I just got home recently, per se. But other than that, it's been an overall pretty good day today. Did he pull for anyone by chance, or did he pull for Kenichi instead? Since besides the Inazuma characters, he's also like one of the featured 5 stars within this banner over here. But like yeah. Oh nice, congrats on getting Kenichi by the way, Linum. How did your pulls go? But like congrats on getting yeah, congrats on getting Natlan Spider-Man. But like, yeah. How did the overall Dendro pulls went? But like, did he manage to get Inaz? I was gonna say, did he manage to get Inazuma? But did he manage to get Raiden by the way, Nahida to go, or did he pull for someone else instead? But I'm assuming you went for Raiden instead of Kenichi, right? That Nunum went earlier per se. But like, yeah. I realized my day's getting reruns, so I'm gonna. Really? Didn't you say like last Sunday or last Saturday that you were like saving for Jin Wanda, right? So like, are you gonna C6? Are you gonna C6 everyone now? Oh, yeah, are you gonna C6 everyone now? True that you've been mentioning that like every character that you've been saying that you want to like C6 every 5-star, right? Like, yeah. Oh, congrats by the way, Henry. How did your post go? But like, dang, you managed to get like 3 5-stars throughout today and whatnot. Like, yeah, instead of just Yay Miko. But wait, how to get Ayaka and Kazura though? Like, yeah, or did he like continue to pull after getting Yay Miko? I'm guessing, or did he got like multi 5-stars? How like Stormy, got with C1 Navia earlier back then? But like, yeah. Should I see one of my level 60 half build Raiden or pull Spider Boy Kenichi? If you're gonna go for C1, then I'll go for C2 if I were you. Like, yeah, because C2 is like kind of like her best constellation. When it comes to making her as a main DPS per se. If you don't have the engulfing lightning, I would really recommend going for the golf club for her, that is, because it's like a really good pull-on for her, and plus, it's also really good for other characters too, But like, yeah, if you're gonna go for C1, then I would highly recommend like going for C2 as well, because like, C2 is like where it's really at, I guess, when it comes to early constellations over here, Nahida. But like, yeah. 86 Petty, I was crying, not gonna lie, but he's home. Oh, congrats by the way, nonetheless, Liam. Yeah, it took you a bit too hard pity, right? To like get Kenichi over here, per se, since it was like almost 90 and whatnot, but hey, at least you managed to get Spider-Man to like swing his way from Natlan to home for you, nonetheless over here. But like, yeah, that is what matters, I suppose, as long as he makes it back home, as long as the 5-star, comes home at the end of the day, then like it's like all safe and sound over here. But like, yeah. Were you guaranteed at all or no? Or like were you 50-50 though, I guess? Like, yeah, did you manage to get any like other characters along the way, like double 5-stars, how if you guys have mentioned that you guys have, or like did you only got Kenichi at the end of the day? But like still though, congratulations again on getting Kenichi nonetheless, with an 86 force per se, but hopefully you're able to like win and whatnot, like, yeah. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Nahida to go. Greatly appreciate the follow, but yeah, thanks again for the follow. Let's see. Yeah, if I were going for like between C1 Raiden, or like Kenichi, I would go for Kenichi if I were you. Unless you plan on going for C2 Raiden, that is. Like, yeah, like if you plan on going for C2 Raiden, and if you really like her, which I'm assuming you do, right? Since you mentioned like the neighborhood, Inazuma 5-star came home for you. So like, yeah, if I were you, I would go for Kenichi, over C1 Raiden. But if you do plan on going for C2 Raiden, or if you have like quite a bit of saved up, to go for C2, that is, then, like, if you really want to go for C2 and like build her as a main DPS, then like, yeah, it's real to you though. Just be aware that, C2 Raiden will be quite expensive nonetheless, since you'll be pulling for 2 extra 5-stars, compared to like 1 5-star with Kenichi over here. So like, yeah. Unfortunately, it was just Connect, but I managed to C6. Oh, nice! Congrats, by the way, on finalizing your Kujusera over here. But like, yeah, I just realized that the well, I haven't taken a look at the banner yet, you know, but I do believe that the 4-stars within this banner, you know, yeah, Tamar, Kujusera, and Lynette do look quite a bit better, I think, than the last banner, I believe, right? Like last banner, the only character that I remembered, you know, was Aether for the 4-star banners between Escavier and Navia, right? So like, yeah, I kind of remember the other two characters per se, but I believe Chunhyun was there, right, too. But I mean, besides Aether, I don't think the other 4-stars, you know, were like as good compared to like the 4-stars we have right now for Raiden, Shogun, and Kenichi over here. But like, yeah. I'm gonna say for Olakino, Shinho, or Skirk. Oh, okay. So like, yeah, you're done with pulling then, right, Henry? Like, yeah. Oh, that's okay. I can watch afterwards if you want me to, or like, yeah. Well, if you want me to showcase, now I suppose. I mean, I suppose I can too. You know, up to you. You know, like, yeah. Yeah, I'm personally probably gonna say for Skirk as well. Like, I don't really want neither Raiden or Kenichi right now, and like, you know, wait, what are the Inazuma Chronicle Retro banners though? Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have like, you know, all the Inazuma characters I kind of want, you know, for the Chronicle Retro banner over here. But oh, I forgot Shiori's in here. You know, like, yeah, even though Shiori came out during Fontaine, she's technically a Inazuma character, right? But like, I mean, I didn't really pull for her first banner though, just because, you know, I already had Navia back then, you know, so I'm probably not thinking about pulling her again neither. So like, yeah. But yeah, congrats again to C6 Kujusera, by the way, for your Raiden Shogun. I'm kind of surprised that you don't have her yet, not gonna lie, since you know, she's like one of the early characters, I guess, you know, when it comes to 4-stars, since, you know, I believe she initially came out with Raiden Shogun, in which, you know, by now I think quite a lot of people have her at C6 already, since she's been out for quite a while per se. But yeah, nonetheless, congrats on getting C6 Kujusera as well to pair with your Raiden Shogun over here. Like, yeah, yeah, that was my dream when I started. Wait, what was your dream? Like, yeah, to get C2 Raiden, or to get Kenichi, like when he initially came out, I guess. Like, yeah. Wait, what number update are we on right now? We're like on, oh yeah, we're on 5.6, right? Okay, so like, yeah, so was Raiden's banner like during 4.9, I'm guessing, right? Is that when she last had a rerun banner back then, right? Like, yeah. Oh, nice. Congrats on getting her too, like on your alt account, by the way, True. Are you gonna level it up, or are you gonna bench it? Like how you, you know, haven't been treating the Hertu correctly over here right now, but like, yeah. But wait, what made you want to go for the Hertu Lycone though, since I thought you were gonna save for, you know, you're gonna save for like, what's his name? Besides Jun, like, the other character, as well as, you know, maybe the Fates collab character, but like, yeah, I thought you were saving, dude. Like, what? Why are you pulling still? But like, yeah, what happened to saving? You know, like, yeah. When I say screaming, I mean screaming. No, that's okay. I'm glad to see that you managed to get all the characters that you wanted, though. Nonetheless, you know, I mean, especially if you like only started playing Genshin for like a little bit of a while, you know, or just like have only played like a little bit of time, then I can feel the excitement because like, yeah, I remember when I first got Ayaka, I guess, you know, I was like pretty excited too, per se, but I don't know if I like screamed as much as you know, but I definitely was quite excited when it came to getting my first ever 5-star back then. So like, yeah. Now say for Mavika and Chaska, waiting for the oh, you're not gonna pull for Skirk, Lunum, or are you not gonna pull for any of the other characters that might come out afterwards over here? But like, yeah, Mavika and Chaska are like good ideas to save for per se, but I feel like a lot of people are gonna still pull for Skirk just because, you know, she already got her character reveal and whatnot, and like I feel like a lot more people are like more anticipating to getting her, you know, like waiting for her, just because, at least to me, you know, I thought she was supposed to come out during the end of Fontaine, right? You know, when when we initially got her first reveal, that is, but like yeah, they didn't delay her, or like they delayed her until like, you know, next banner, I guess, or like, you know, next banner, or like next banner after the Inazuma and Kenichi banner we have over here per se. But like yeah. But I found her how to play and bench her onto. Oh, Raiden? Are you talking about Raiden or Kenichi? Like yeah. Wait, Raiden, right? Because you mentioned her. Oh, wait, was the previous Raiden banner like the same as like what we have right now? I'm pretty sure like, you know, the last time Raiden had a rerun banner was like during Kenichi's first banner. You know, like first we had Milani, right? And was like, I'm like, I forgot who the other character was, you know, Milani, maybe Zunli. And then like now we have Kenichi and Raiden, but I'm pretty sure, you know, Kenichi and Raiden were like the same exact 5 stars, you know, that they initially had before, you know, like yeah, when Kenichi's first banner came around. Hello Kim, welcome to the stream. How's your day going so far? Hopefully you're having a great day as well, by the way, Kim. But nonetheless, how has your Tuesday been today? No, Klee is not here within the Chronicle Wish banner over here. Like, it's only the Inazuma characters, I believe. So, like, yeah. Yeah, so for the Chronicle Wish banner, if that's what you're trying to, like, see, I guess, since you mentioned that you couldn't see from the screen bugging out, we have, Chiari, Ayato, Miko, Ito, Kokomi, Yomiya. I think Yomiya was probably the character that you thought looked like Klee, I guess, because, you know, she has, like, the bright red color alongside with Klee too, you know, so like yeah, and Kazura and Ayaka, so like yeah, Klee is not within this banner, unfortunately, if that's what you're still hoping for, but yeah, we have like all of the Inazuma characters, you know, that we have from the past, as included Chiari, you know, and yeah, the standing banner plus the weapon banner over here, as well as Raiden Shogun and Kenichi for today, but like yeah. Her last rerun was like in 5.2, I'm pretty sure. She got a rerun. Oh, okay, yeah. I thought so that Raiden had like the same banner, you know, as with Kenichi back then. It's just that I can't 100% quite sure if I remembered correctly, you know, because like it's been a while since, you know, that was like when Natlin initially first came out, you know, since Milani was the first ever 5-star Natlin character that we could have pulled back then. So like, no, yeah, I think it was like 5.0, you know, that she came out with Kenichi over here. Like yeah, it was like only the second half, you know, of 5.0, you know, that Kenichi came out with Raiden Shogun Henry. So like yeah. Back then I was a young boy that found every oh really? No, it's okay. I mean, pull wherever you want to pull, you know, and like, and the more you grow over time, you know, the more you start to mature over time and whatnot. But like at the same time, you know, like that could be like a contributing factor, I guess, or like a reasoning, you know, to like want to pull for one or the other, you know, because you just tend to like the character overall more and whatnot, I guess you could say. But like yeah, but like yeah, it was like with Kenichi as well. Yeah, I thought like she came along with Kenichi. It's just that I wasn't quite sure, you know, that if it was then, because like it's been a while since Raiden had a banner, I guess you could say, right? Like yeah. I want Skirk, but everybody say that if we don't have Escavier, Skirk would do. I'm not quite sure. You know, I really don't think, you know, you really need like a character, you know, to like fully develop one character, you know. Like even though, you know, I have Ayaka over here, I can still feel like I can use her without, I guess, Elon in some cases per se. Like, you know, how we used Circus a lot before, you know. Yeah. Up to you, I guess, you know. I guess Escavier might play a huge contributing factor, you know, when it comes to, like, maximizing your Skirk, to say the very least, but, I mean, don't let that stop you, I guess, for, like, unleashing your Skirk's potential in terms of, like, what she can actually do as a raw character, to say the very least, you know, but, like, I can see what you mean, though, because, you know, like, Yulan and Ayaka / Shincho Ayaka, you know, go really well together, same as Shenhurst, you know, too, you know. So like, yeah, but I mean, I have Shenhe, and like, I don't really ever use her, you know, with Ayaka much before, except for the theater, I guess you could say, you know. But even so, you know, my Shenhe, I don't know if it's exactly like fully that built and whatnot still, you know. So like, yeah, don't like yeah, I want to say like, don't let a 5-star like, you know, contribute or like fully contribute in terms of like pulling for another 5-star. But I mean, I can see the reason behind like where to pull for or not. Yeah, so like, yeah. Should I pull in the Chronicle Witch banner, Mist? Only if you really want the Inazuma characters. Like, yeah. Yeah, only if you really want the Inazuma characters, and I guess if you like have like a lot saved, I guess, or just overall really want any of the characters that weapons we have right now. So like, yeah. Other than that, you can probably save, but do be aware that the Chronicle Witch banner over here is like separate from the character banner, you know, the weapon banner and the standard banner. So like, it has like its own separate pity, you know. So like, yeah. I believe the Leeway Chronicle Witch banner might have played a factor, you know, within this over here. Yeah, okay, it does. So like, yeah. So if you pulled on the last Chronicle Witch banner, you know, for Leeway, in which we got the Calamity Killer, you know, back in January 21st over here, then like, it does count to as pity for the current Chronicle Witch banner for like Inazuma this time. But like, yeah. But yeah, if I were you, Nahida, like, I don't know, like, if you think that you will like get C2 rated, then you could probably go for C2. But honestly, if you also don't have a weapon at all yet, you know, like, the Engulfing Lightning is a really good poem to use. Like, yeah, not only for Raiden, you know, but like for like a lot of other characters too. So, like, if I were you, I would probably, you know, either go for Knish or for the Engulfing Lightning if, you know, you don't have neither of them just quite yet per se. But if you already have the Engulfing Lightning and like debating on whether to go for like Constellations for Raiden, you know, then like, go for C2, because like C2 is like the best one, you know, and like if you get C1, you're already like halfway there and whatnot. So like, yeah, if that's too expensive for you, you know, or if you just want like one 5-star, you know, then go for Knish. But yeah, other than that, I would either just go for Engulfing Lightning, Knish, or C2 Raiden if those were your options, I guess. But like, yeah. Congrats on getting Milani, by the way, Zach. Yeah, how are you liking him so far? I feel like Milani hasn't had like a rerun banner in like such a long time, right? Or has she ever had like a rerun banner before at all? No, because the last time I remembered that, you know, she had a banner, you know, was like during the first day of Natlan, you know, at least in my opinion. But like, yeah, congrats on getting Milani on the first banner, Pawn. How you liking her so far? Or did she also have a rerun banner in between like now and back then? Or was that like only the first ever banner that she's ever gotten before? Like, yeah. So I think I'll pull for Duran, but yeah, if Shaska or Mavika go out before him, then yeah, you can, yeah, I would still really recommend going for Mavika if I were you. Chaska, I don't know if you really need to pull, you know, per se, because like, she isn't like exactly one of the top best per se. The top best I still like to say are still Nuvalet, Mavika, and Alakina per se. But Chaska is pretty cool though, not gonna lie. And especially if you just like her overall gameplay, you know, and you know, you have like other teammates, you know, to compensate with Chaska, then like, yeah, she might be worth pulling as well per se. But between Mavika and Chaska, I would probably go for Mavika if I were you. But like, I mean, it's really up to you, you know, and like how much you have saved or like what other characters you really want over here to say the veil is, right? Like, yeah. Wait, Sinister, what weapon do you use on Ayaka? Wait, what weapon do you use on Ayaka, and what are some good free-to-play weapons for her? I use the Mist Splitter for Ayaka over here. Like, yeah, the, you know, her signature weapon over here. But like before the Mist Splitter, I used to use the Black Sword, which is like a, it's a battle pass weapon, so like, you know, it's behind a paywall, unfortunately. But yeah, before the Mist Splitter, I used the Black Sword, mainly because I needed the extra crit rate that I was lacking for the what I have currently on right now. So like, yeah. But yeah, for me, I recommend either the Mist Splitter or the Black Sword. I'm not quite sure what the other 4 stars though, you know, when it comes to weapons over here, but the only two weapons that I really use were the Black Sword and the Mist Splitter. So like, yeah, those are the only two weapons I recommend. Do you recommend pulling for Kokomi? If you really need like another healer, slash if you like really like her, I guess. Like, yeah, if you really need like a pure healer, you know, that can heal like a lot, that's what Kokomi kind of does, you know, then yeah, I'll kind of recommend her, you know, like, oh yeah, she's good still, but I mean, I don't think she's like as good as she used to be compared to like, you know, other characters that we have right now per se. So like, I want to say she's like a must pull exactly at all, but she's still really good. And like, if you really like her, I guess, and also if you run like freeze teams, you know, with Kokomi slash, you know, vaporize team, I believe that's what she's also good with too, then yeah, I'll probably go for Kokomi as well if you can per se. But I mean, you don't really need her exactly anymore, at least nowadays. And plus, I believe Bailu, you know, might be slightly better than Kokomi nowadays per se, but like, up to you, you know, like, yeah. Yeah, Raiden Shogun is back, Kite, same as the Inazuma characters, as well as, Kenichi over here. But, yeah, did you pull for any of the characters, this banner, by the way, Kite? Or are you saving for, Skirk still? Well, like, yeah, I already have Chirori, so I'm scared if I lose. Oh, okay, I see. So, like, yeah, if you already have Chirori, then, I mean, the likelihood that you get, like, another Chirori is, like, really low, though, you know? So, like, yeah, like, you know, cause the Chronicle Witch banner, you know, you can get like any of the other characters. That is, if you lose. So like it doesn't really feel like a 50-50 as much anymore. You know, if you lose, it feels like, you know, like a 1 out of 8 chance instead. You know, so like yeah. So the probability, you know, of getting C1 Cory out of like any other Inazuma character over here, you know, it's like really low. So like, you know, if you really want like any of the other Inazuma characters at all, or if you don't mind, you know, getting any of the other Inazuma characters over here, then like, yeah, you can still pull nonetheless. I like to say Mist. And plus, I believe the weapon also counts towards the Chronicle Witch Bane over here too, you know, because like, you know, the last 5-star we got in was the Calamity Creator, I believe, for Shinher back then. So like, yeah, yeah, so like, even if you lose Mist, yeah, the likelihood that you get like C1 Chirori is like extremely low, since you know, the other 5-stars you could possibly get, you know, are like all of these over here. So like, you know, 5, 10, 15, yeah, 16. You have like a 1 out of 16 chance, you know, to like get C1 Chirori again, which is like really low compared to like 50-50, you know. So like, yeah. Hello Chi-Chi, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going today? Hopefully you're having a great Tuesday, by the way, so far, Chi-Chi. But nonetheless, happy second half of Genshin 5.3 day today. I like to say. But like, yeah, 5.6 I mean. But like, yeah. By the way, you remind me of my new Valet. He's rotting my box level 50 since his first banner. No, that's okay. I mean, I still really recommend building him nonetheless, you know, like, obviously. But like, I mean, like, it's okay, because like I have like a lot of characters here, you know, that's like rotting at like level 52, you know, like, dude, my Arlecchino's level 20, you know, so like, yeah, and like my Silali's like level 20 over here too, same as Mavika. Like my Vika's like level 40, I guess, instead, but you know, Emily's like level 40. So like, I mean, it's okay. I mean, obviously still really recommend building him nonetheless, you know, since he's like a really good DPS per se. But I mean, if you have like other priorities slash other characters that you want to build even more, I guess, you know, then like that's like perfectly fine and whatnot, you know. You can always build Nuvola anytime in the future per se, but nah, it's okay. I might be the one that's most ashamed, you know, just because I have like all these really nice 5-stars, you know, and have like barely any of them built. Like I still think like 95% of my roster, you know, is like unbuilt characters over here, despite me getting like a lot of the good ones per se way back then, as well as today per se, you know. So like, yeah. On the Chronicle Witch banner, if you set your course on a character, you only lose the 50-50 to like other 5-star characters, and if you set it to weapon. Oh, okay. So I thought it's like, you know, if you set it to like anything over here, then you can like get a weapon as well per se. But like, even so, you know, even if you can like only get the character, you know, if you set your chart to a character over here, you know, like Chari for instance, then the probability of like getting C1 over here is like really low, so like yeah, um compared to like losing to like the character banner, compared to the Chronicle Rush, I think it's still like fine, honestly, if you were to like still pull on the Chronicle Rush banner if you're like scared of getting C1 Troy per se, but like yeah. I was thinking for Kazura or Ayato. Both are really good. I like to say Kazura is still overall better than Ayato over here, but like yeah, if you don't mind like going for neither of these guys or just like any of the other characters over here too, then I mean I would still risk it if I were you. Like yeah, I'll still pull if you really want like any of the other characters per se, or if you don't really mind, like getting the other Inazuma characters too, since the probability of getting like C1 Achari is like extremely lower compared to like, the regular character banners over here, so like, yeah. Oh, so you understand me? Lol, I was not. Yeah, don't worry, cause I'm pretty sure my characters are like way far less built than yours, like yeah, I mean obviously you probably should, build Nuva-led, especially if you have Farina / other characters, but I don't think you have a Scavier there, right? Like, yeah, like you're debating on like whether to pull for a Scavier just because whether to pull for Skirk, just because you don't have a Scavier, but a Scavier doesn't really work with Nuva-led team. It's mostly him with Farina and like Vaporize, I believe, right? So like yeah, like Bennett per se. But like it's okay, you can always build them in the future, like there's like no time limit, in terms of like when it comes to building characters, and I'm pretty sure that when it comes to between the two of us, I think overall my characters are like I have more characters like unbuilt than yours per se. Well, like yeah, yeah, like my Vika and Arlecchino is like level 20, level 40, so like no worries, because like I'm in the same boat-ish, except maybe even more sunken down under the sea, because I had Arlecchino since the first banner and whatnot, so like yeah, excuse me, but like yeah, I mean there's always no rush in terms of building characters, but if you do want to like complete everything, when it comes to the theater / Spiral Abyss, and like want to like 36 star, then like yeah, it would probably be really recommended to build like the meta characters and whatnot that you already have, because like it would be like a lot easier, to like 36 star compared to if you use like off meta characters / like weaker characters overall per se, like Ayaka over here. So like yeah, no, it's okay. Was it your first ever YouTube video or no? Or like have you also like made other YouTube videos from before per se? But like no, it's okay. I mean, I'm glad to see that you're really excited though, nonetheless, because it must have brought you like pure joy and like just like overall great happiness to you nonetheless, Henry. So like yeah, like dude, don't be embarrassed, because it's just like how we are, like it's just natural, so like don't be embarrassed. But like yeah, I'm glad to see that you're really glad that you managed to get really good pulls today nonetheless, but like dude, don't be embarrassed by yourself, because because it's just part of you, so like yeah, like really don't criticize yourself too much about it, but like yeah. I don't have that many 5 stars, so I want as many. Yeah, you could still go for the Chronicle Rush banner if I were you. The thing with the Inazuma characters is just that there doesn't seem to be like as good characters, for the corresponding day that we have right now, like none of these characters, I'll just say, are like really, really good, when it comes to like overall meta and stuff, I guess you could say. Maybe well, actually Kasura probably, yeah, like Kasura, like yeah, might be the only exception, But like the thing is that I believe Shieldin is still overall like a little bit better than Kasura, except I do prefer Kasura more over Shieldin just because he's like a lot easier to use in my opinion. Like yeah. But yeah, Kasura, Noel, I believe it's like the only character, I guess, that's like considered like, meta per se out of all the Inazuma Chronicle Rush characters. So like, if you have like the Primo Gems to like pull, I guess, or if you really want to like pull for more characters, then you could still pull, at least in my opinion. Like, yeah, if you like don't really mind, you know, getting any of the other 5 stars, you know, and if you still want Kazuha or Ayato, that is, you know. So like, yeah. But other than that, I'm not quite sure if any of the other characters are exactly like really powerful / OP, you know, when it comes to meta wise per se. But I mean, Kazuha is one of them, you know. Like, yeah, Kokomi maybe, but I don't feel like Kokomi is as much anymore, you know, because I feel like Baizu may be slightly better than Kokomi though. Like, yeah, and we also have like Sidlali, you know, and like of course Bennett. Bennett has always been really good since the very beginning. So like, you know, if you have Bennett, like C1 Bennett especially, then like, you know, I really don't feel like Kokomi is a must pull. So like, yeah, but it's really up to you. Hello, Lunan. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. How's your day been today? Hopefully you had a great Tuesday, by the way, Lunan. But yeah, how's the rest of your weekend per se? But like, yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been saying that Shieldin is like technically like slightly better, you know, between the Kazuha and Shieldin, but like, I mean, I still prefer Kazuha overall, still more nonetheless, you know, cause like Shieldin, you know, I feel like she takes quite a bit of time, you know, when it comes to, you know, using her techniques to say the very least. Like, yeah, and that there's a bit of a learning curve, I guess, you know, to use a Shieldin compared to, you know, like Kazuha over here. Like Kazuha is a lot easier to use over Shieldin, so like, you know, if you're a newer player, that is, you can like maybe get used to Kazuha more and like build him much more because he's an early character, you know, than Shieldin. But like, it's real up to you. I would say Kazuha is still really good nonetheless, you know, and whatnot. But like, pull for whoever you want to pull nonetheless, and whoever you like the most, you know, like yeah, between like all the characters that you're gonna go for. Welcome back to the stream, True. Welcome back to the stream. How was your break? But like, yeah, nonetheless, welcome back to the stream. Guys, it feels really good to like not do dailies anymore. Not gonna lie. Like, ever since we finally finished the Arc Quest, you know, like last weekend, or you know, we finished the Mondstadt Paralegism Arc Quest, it feels great to like not have 0 long-term encounter points anymore. So like, yeah, like, this has been a long time that I had like this amount of long-term encounter points, you know, because every time, you know, when it comes to daily commission stuff, you know, I'll like have to do like Mondstadt dailies, because, you know, because like my long-term encounter points, you know, it's like always been 0 and whatnot. So like, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I feel like that's like also the last banner as well, Noel. Yeah, like, yeah, with the Liray Chronicle Witch banner, you know, how we had like Shenhe, Ganyu, and like other characters too, you know, I believe. So like Xiao per se. So like, I mean, it's really up to you if you want to pull for them still, missed or not. But like, I would say that Kazuha is still like really good nonetheless over here, and especially, you know, if you don't have yeah, if you don't have, I guess, Venti or Sucrose, you know, like C6 Sucrose / Shieldin, then yeah, I would still recommend pulling, you know, like, also if you don't really mind, you know, pulling for any of the other or getting any of the other, you know, Inazuma characters per se. But like, yeah. Yeah, I would say that like the last few Chronicle Witch banners that we had, like, generally are not really favored toward meta wise, because like, you know, the Chronicle Witch banners are just like older region banners, you know, that we haven't had like a really long time per se, you know. But I would say they're like really fun, you know, and they're also like really rare when it comes to their occurrence per se. But like, yeah. Do you play Wooden Waves? I don't. I really only play like, you know, Genshin, I guess, you know, and Honkai Star Rail when it comes to stream per se. But I mean, I heard like Wooden Waves before. It's just that I never got a chance to play at all yet, you know, cause like, you know, I've like so much to do, you know, in Genshin and Star Rail, in which I don't think I can like handle like another third gacha game over here. So like, yeah. Do you play Wooden Waves by any chance, Jay, or do you play Genshin or Star Rail as well instead per se? But like, yeah, I never played Wooden Waves before. No, Zenless Zone 0 / HI3. Yeah, Genshin and Star Rail are like the only two, I guess, quote unquote RPG gacha games I've really played so far. So like, yeah. I have him. I can confirm he's out of meta. Wait, who? Ayato or Kazuha? Lunam. Like, yeah. I don't think Kazuha is out of meta still, you know. Like, Kazuha is still really good. It's just that he's not really the best in slot, I guess, when it comes to like the best team we have right now with like Farina and Mavika, right? So like, yeah, but no, Kazuha is still really good. I like to say still overall and whatnot, like his rolls are like really convenient, and like it's like also like much more sensitive, than I thought it'd be. So like, yeah, like Kazuha's throw, if you like stand like that far away, like from here to there, like it has a potential, to like suck up enemies from like a really far distance, so like, yeah, that's why I still think Kazuha's still pretty good overall, because Swirl is just like very versatile, at least in my personal opinion, like, yeah. Welcome back, Nahida. Welcome back to the stream. How was your nap? But like, yeah, hopefully you had a nice nap, but nonetheless, welcome back. I used to like play Genshin like a long time ago, but oh, when was the last time you played Genshin then, I guess? Like, yeah, or how far did you got through Genshin so far from the last time you stopped playing over here? But like, Kazuha wasn't one of the first was one of my first characters, and I can't imagine not having him. Oh, nice! Congrats on getting a Kazuha, like, doing like when you first started playing Genshin, Noel. Yeah, I pulled him in on his first bane as well, but unfortunately I wasn't lucky enough to like get him, during his first season of bane right before Inazuma was about to appear out. But yeah, Ayaka was my first ever 5-star, I guess, back then when I first started playing. Like, yeah, but well, like, nonetheless, Kazuha is extremely good, and also has like really good backstory to its lore within the Inazuma region over here. So like, yeah, he's also really cool in my personal opinion too, like, especially back then, like when Inazuma was about to come out, and like Kazuha was like one of the pre-Inazuma characters, I guess you could say, that we had before Inazuma officially came out. Like back then, Kazuha, in my personal opinion, was definitely one of the most coolest characters I've ever seen in Genshin so far, during Inazuma per se. Well, like, yeah, what other characters did he got as well besides Kazuha later on, Noel? But like, yeah, I didn't get Kazuha until like his rerun banner, I believe, like his first rerun banner. I think that's when I got him instead per se. But he is really cool nonetheless, and has like a really good noble backstory for him, to say the very least. But like, yeah, I think Skirk would be valuable even without Escavier. I think so too. Like, obviously with Escavier, it might be still like, maybe better overall, because like freeze teams, and whatnot. Like, I think it was Lunam that mentioned whether they should pull for, Skirk or not still, because like they don't have Escavier, but like, yeah, I wouldn't like exactly let another 5-star, determine like whether to pull for like one 5-star over the other, so like, yeah, I dreamt that I lost. Really? Ooh, that may be a sign for you to not pull it then, Nahida. Like, yeah, if you had like some kind of like foresight, in terms of if you lost your 52 rating, then like, yeah, you can maybe pull on a different day, but like, yeah, between Raiden and Kanich, then it might be safer to pull for Kanich if you dreamt that you lost your 52 rating Shogun then, so like, yeah. I play Genshin and Star Rail, I guess, when it comes to stream rights, but I also like to play other games too, like yesterday I was like playing COD, I guess, like I was finishing the battle pass, for Black Ops 6, because I really wanted the Amex, for the level 100 battle pass per se. I also have a Switch as well. I mean, I haven't been playing it too much recently, I guess, but I mean, technically, I have played a little bit more because I got a membership recently, for Switch Online. So I've been playing some Super Smash Bros. A bit. And like, yeah, but like for stream wise, I mostly play Genshin and Star, I guess you could say. Like, yeah, but I do like to play other games. Just that the other games, are like completely not related to gacha games, like, racing sim games like Forza. So like, yeah, I haven't played Forza in a while, but I have Gran Turismo though, like, yeah, on my PS5. Oh wait, so you like stopped playing after Raiden's previous banner, I'm assuming, right, Jay? Or so you like stopped playing after Natlan initially came out? Is that what you mean, Jay? But like, yeah, since technically we have the Raiden Shogun right now over here, so like, Yeah, what's the last time you played during the very beginning of Natlan, in which Raiden and Kanish were the second half of the 5.0 update per se, but like yeah. Besides those three I mentioned, the only other two I want are Albedo and Shenhe. Oh, okay. I feel like Shenhe would be really good though with Skirk, right? I think because she's like really good with Ayaka, but the thing is that maybe Escavier might be the better choice over Shenhe nowadays, because like Shenhe isn't like as relevant too much as she was before, you know, but she might be even more relevant like later on in the future, you know, when you know Clara starts to like take over per se, but like yeah, within an upcoming region. But like Shenhe is still good, I think, in my personal opinion. Like yeah, it's just that you know Sid Lally maybe a bit better and like other characters too, you know, but I mean, yeah, like, you know, if you have Shenhe and you also want to go for Skirk, then you know, it might still be worth going for Skirk, you know, like, yeah. Hello, Kirby, welcome in, welcome to the stream. How's your day been today? Hopefully you had a nice Memorial Day weekend, if you celebrate Memorial Day per se, by the way, Kirby, but nonetheless, happy 5.6 second update today, but like, yeah. Yeah, Raiden, Kanish, Tamara, Kuja, Sarah, Lynette, I believe, as well as the Inazuma Chronicle Wishbane are within the current second half of 5.6 that we have right now. So like yeah, are you gonna be pulling for any of these 5 stars at all, or maybe the Weapon Banner instead, you know, that you may want to go per se instead if you really have Kanish, Raiden, or the Inazuma characters over here? Well, like yeah. Thanks, Lee. What type of games do you play? Well, like yeah. Yeah, like mainly on stream, I do play Genshin and Star. I did play like a little bit of Valorant, I guess, you know, like yeah, like off stream per se. I mean, not off stream, but like on stream, like 2 weeks ago, you know, like and maybe like 3 weeks ago. But like yeah, I haven't really played like ever since 2 weeks ago though. Not gonna lie. So like yeah, but still, I technically have Valorant on my you know, on my desktop as well. It's just I prefer to play COD over Valorant still because I just favor more COD nonetheless, you know, like yeah. Plus, I was like really wanting to finish the season 3 battle pass, you know, because season 4 is like right around the corner, you know. I believe on Thursday, so like you know, I was like really wanting to finish it before it ends, you know. But like yeah, yeah, Lynette, that's like the last 4-star. I can't quite remember exactly what the other 4-star was, you know, because it wasn't within a trial character. But I'm assuming they didn't add her trial character, you know, because Lynette I believe was like a free 4-star when she made her appearance back then. But like yeah. Oh nice, congrats on getting Ichigo on his weapon, Noel. How are you liking them so far? Well like yeah. I used to pull more meta characters, but I prioritize pulling for characters that I like the most, you know. I always prioritize character personality and gameplay over like power and stats, you know. Like yeah, even if Fiyaka, you know, if I didn't have her already, you know, and like you know, she's like obviously not that good, you know, within the current day. Like no matter what, I'll pull for her just because I really like her character, you know, and she's like one of my top 2 characters in Genshin so far. Like yeah, her and Klee are still my top 2 favorite characters, you know, and I've been a Ayaka main, I guess you could say, like ever since her first banner. So like yeah, but I mean ever since I got Klee though, you know, over here, like I have my profile picture as Klee ever since I initially got her, you know, with Venti during that rerun banner, you know, way back then over here. So like yeah, but no, that's okay though, because I'm like the same way, you know. I prioritize pulling for characters that I like the most / like more, you know, rather than like going for like stats and whatnot, you know. Like yeah, I mean technically I guess technically we got you know, Celali, I guess, and Mavika beforehand, you know, like before Escavier, that is, but like I still wanted to pull for Mavika nonetheless, you know, just because she's a Pyro Archon, you know. So like yeah. And Celali, I wasn't aware, you know, that she actually ended up being really good as she thought it would be, you know. But like yeah, like the biggest reason I kind of wanted to pull for Granny was because like she had the same voice actress, you know, as March 7th, you know. So like the similarities, you know, between Genshin and Honkai Star, you know, like also play like a really big factor in terms of like, you know, pulling for characters for me and whatnot. So like yeah. No, Skilk is probably gonna be next banner, Kirby. Like, yeah, this half is we're still on 5.6. You know, in like which before, you know, we got Escavier and the Parallelism on quest, you know, for Mondstadt per se. But I'm pretty sure Skilk will be next banner because, excuse me, because like we already got your like initial splash out a few weeks ago, I think. So like yeah. So like almost soon that Skilk will make her debut over here, but for now we have Knight, Raiden, and like the Inazuma Chronicle Witch banners, right? For the second half of 5.6 over here, per se. But like yeah, I'm very certain that Skilk will come out like during 5.7 just because I think from like what I've seen so far that she's been like the latest character that has like their character reveal and whatnot. So like yeah. I don't think like Columbia or like any other characters, you know, had like their other character reveal, even though they've been like rumored to maybe appear in the future. It's just that Holyverse hasn't like officially revealed them quite just yet, you know. So like it still takes some time, you know. Like yeah. I'm trying to catch up with the chat over here, but like yeah. Ooh, okay. I think I have like 8 out of 9, but yes, I don't have the characters Oh, wait, which one are you missing then, Lunim? But like, yeah, well, like, which one are you one just to go for if you have like almost all of them, but you're missing like one of them, right? Since you mentioned 809 over here, right? Well, like, yeah, Cryo plus Electro do some good damage. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure because I never really used Cryo and Electric like that much before. Like, it's been mostly, you know, Pyro and Electro instead, you know. Because I would use a Radiant with my Hu Tao, I guess you could say, but I don't know. Does it do much at all? No, with what two elements, Cryo and Electro? It might actually, cause like for the Kujusera, you know, trial we have Lisa and Barbara, you know, which are both. No, Barbara is Hydra though, but like Kujusera, you know, is Electro, you know, like yeah, but still, Is Raiden good for Escavier? I'm not quite sure. Unless he maybe built her as a main DPS, you know, but I'm really not too sure if Raiden will be exactly that good with Escavier since they both kind of like fit in the role of like sub DPS category and whatnot. But like, yeah, they could be though, I guess, but I'm really not too sure, you know, just because I haven't really used them both yet neither, but I mean, we can try though. Like, I have a Yaker, I guess, you know. Like, instead of, well, I do have a Escavier, but she's like level 20, you know? So, like, yeah. She's been like level 20 ever since I got her on my first 10 pull. But, like, we can still try them nonetheless to see how they work over here if you guys want me to. But, like, yeah. Yeah, Ito's pretty fun, I like to say. Like, yeah, he like hits like a truck. So, like, yeah, and his like, a weapon, you know, is kind of like a baseball bat club, you know, so it sort of reminds me a little bit of the Trailblazer, you know, I guess of Honkai Star Rail over here, per se, but, yeah, he's pretty fun, though, not gonna lie, and has, like, a very good energy within him, too, to say the very least, right, like, yeah, I think Ito might be maybe the second most energetic character, like, second most, energetic overall Genshin character that we have right now, next to Klee over here, I believe. So like yeah, or at least one of the top when it comes to like, you know, personality energy wise that we have currently so far within Genshin per se. But like yeah, but yeah, I remember like trying him out in the first time, and like he like hits really hard. It's just that like Geo characters like overall is not exactly, I guess, the meta per se, but still he's fun to play though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, I pulled for him on my friend's account, and like, I believe we also managed to get the signature weapon for him as well back then. But like, yeah, oh, what makes you want to go for Chari as well though? Like, yeah, do you like her design? The main reason why I didn't go for Chari is just because I've already got Navi before that. So like, you know, Chari just felt like a you know, like a lesser version of Navia to me, you know, when she first initially came out, that is, you know, but no, I think Chiari might be good though, you know, with Navia or Ito, because like she's actually like a sub DPS or a main DPS instead, you know, so like, yeah, I thought she was like a main DPS, you know, when we first initially saw her and like tried her out, like back then, you know, when she got her first Fontaine banner, that is, but But like, yeah, I didn't realize until like later on, you know, when I did the Imagine Theater, you know, that she was actually like a sub DPS instead. Well, like, yeah. What microphone? I used the Blue Yeti. Yeah, I used to use the Blue Snowball, I guess, like way back then, you know, but like, I found like a really good deal, you know, like a really like a really good deal for the Blue Yeti during one night before, so I decided to like, you know, order it and like try it out and like, you know, have fun with it. But like yeah, it's a nice microphone nonetheless over here. The Blue Yeti though, it's a heavy microphone, not gonna lie. Like, yeah, it's a bit of a heavier type of microphone, and plus, you know, I believe for both the Blue Snowball and the Blue Yeti, you have to like get pretty close to the microphone, you know, otherwise you like notice, you know, the distance, I guess, you know, of like the voice, you know, from like disappearing, I guess you could say. So like, you know, if I scoot back, you know, and talk, then you guys can like, you know, like you guys can like barely hear me and whatnot. So like, yeah, because like, you know, yeah, like the Blue Snowball and the Blue Yeti, I feel like are more towards like speaking in person and whatnot compared to like if you're like really far from a distance per se. But yeah, it's a nice microphone. I don't know if I exactly really recommend it as the best microphone anymore, because I'm pretty sure the Shure microphones might be even better. It's just that they're like, you know, more expensive per se. But like, overall, if you can like find like a really good deal on the Blue Yeti, I guess, you know, then like I would say I'll probably recommend it and whatnot. So like, yeah. Klee is so cute, and yeah, I still think Klee is still overall the cutest Genshin character that we still have right now, and like the most chaotic too, you know, of always wanting to like, you know, blow things up and whatnot, I guess you could say, right? Like, yeah, but yeah, I knew way back then, you know, when I first started playing, you know, and when I first tried out to character trial, I guess, you know, slash story quest, you know, back in Mondstadt when we first started playing, right? I just knew I had to have her. I just knew I had to have her. So like, yeah. But unfortunately, we missed out on Klee's banner, because I believe her banner was actually the first banner that you know, I initially started playing Genshin back then. Because like the first Summertide event, you know, was with Jean and Klee, I believe, right? When it comes to like the Summertide first event. So like, I believe I did some pulls on Klee's banner, you know, when I initially started playing. It's just that I wasn't lucky enough until Ayaka's banner came afterwards, Kasura first then. Like, yeah, but yeah, Klee and Ayaka are still my top two favorite characters still, despite, you know, both of them not being as good anymore, obviously, you know, per se, but I really like the personalities. So like, yeah, I really feel like Klee and Ayaka, you know, have great and fabulous personalities between the two characters, and you know, like they're like kind of similar, you know, but also quite different from each other too, you know, like yeah, between Klee and Ayaka. But yeah, what microphone do you use then? If you said that your microphone is like not that good though, I guess you could say, right? Like yeah. I mean, yeah, microphone shouldn't be like the most important thing, you know, when it comes to like, you know, I guess being a content creator or something like that, right? Like an influencer slash content creator, I guess you could say. But I mean, it does play a factor, you know, but it's not exactly like priority, I guess, you know, like yeah, because you can even get away, you know, with just like using earpods, you know, like Apple in-ear earbuds per se, you know, like yeah, obviously it wouldn't like sound as good, you know, compared to like actual microphones, but people have gotten away, you know, just using like basic like earbuds slash microphones, you know, throughout like making videos and stuff like that, right? So like yeah. Too many characters I will be poor before Snazaya will be out. It's okay. The thing is with characters, you know, you can always like wait for the reruns and whatnot. So like yeah, but I mean, to be fair, the new region's coming out, which delivers quite a bit of hype, I guess, you know, and usually a lot of people want to pull during the new region, and plus, you know, new characters will most likely be around that point too, you know, because you know, new region equals new characters, you know, for like the most part. But like, still, pull for who you want to pull for. Like, I mean, me personally, I still prioritize, you know, pulling for characters I really like the most, you know, so like, yeah, overpower and stuff like that. So like, even if you don't think one character might be good compared to the other, you know, but like if you really like them, you know, I would still probably recommend pulling for them, like if I were you, Lunum, like, yeah. But that's just me, because, you know, I prioritize just, you know, likes slash, meta and whatnot, so like, yeah, compared to meta, I mean, meta, I guess, does to play a little bit of factor, I guess, you know, so you can, like, do endgame stuff, you know, a lot more easier and, like, viable per se, but, I mean, enjoyment is, like, what really matters to me, like, yeah, when it comes to characters. Oh, congrats, by the way, Nahida, congrats on getting the, Radiance glow. Well, like, who did you pull for, though? Like, yeah, that you, just got the, capturing capturing radiance, but like, yeah, I love it how I just love the way you type my heart, you know, with the grin face. But like, yeah, well, congratulations again on getting the radiance skill, but like, wait, how did it go there, I guess? But like, yeah, was it your first time ever getting the radiance glow, or have you gotten it before by any chance? But like, yeah, But I just love the grin after you mentioned your heart. You must have been really happy then. So like, yeah, if you decide to type it that way, I guess you could say. But congratulations again, nonetheless, over here. But like, yeah. I use the motto DG-M20. Oh, what kind of mic is that? Just out of curiosity. Like, yeah, what brand is that? Or like, what type of mic is it supposed to be? Because, like, I don't think I've ever heard of that mic before, unless it's, like, one of the more known bands, you know, that I, like, know. It's just that I don't really look at mics that much, you know, so, like, yeah, because, I kind of, like, stuck with the Blue Snowball, you know, for quite a long time by now, but, like, yeah, oh, I see. Wait, I thought you won last banner, though, right? Or... Wait, didn't you win last pool or no? Well, no, I think that was someone else. That might have been, yeah, that might have been someone else that, you know, got C1 Nav. Yeah, it wasn't you that got C1 Navia. It was someone else that, you know, got, C1 Navia from, like, 40 pulls. But, yeah, what was the last character you pulled then? Like, yeah, or... Because I thought you could only get capturing Radiance if you, like lost too many 50-50s, right? Or like, how do you get it? Like, yeah, for your first time. My first time was actually the Escavier banner, you know, when we got to doing our first 10 pull, but I thought I didn't, like, lose back then, you know, because the previous character I got before Escavier was, Sitlali, so, you know, I was, like, so confused, you know, but I think now I do notice that, like, over time, I technically got, Mavika. I mean, I technically got, Diluc right after Mavika, you know, even though it was, like, the same 10 pull, you know, and, like, before Mavika was Chi-Chi, so, like, I guess before the Chi-Chi banner, you know, I must have lost again as well, per se, but I couldn't remember though, like, yeah, it's either like 2 or 3 times, you know, but I remember doing New Year's Day, you know, when we first got Chi-Chi, you know, and then we got Mavika, but like, technically the Luke, like, came after Mavika on the same 10 pull. So like, Sitlali was a guarantee on the next 10 pull right afterwards, so like, yeah. But like, yeah, I don't know who I lost before that, though, because all I remember was Mavika and Chi-Chi, I guess, you know, but to be honest, Mavika was my very first ever Natlan character I pulled for, I guess, you know, like, yeah, I didn't pull for anyone else, you know, when it came to, like, previous Natlan banners, so, like, I think the last character that I got before Mavika, you know, like, last 5-star was probably, C2 Farina. Either C2 Farina or Emily. But I'm leaning more towards C2 Farina-ish just because, you know, I believe I have, I believe her rerun banner, like, came after Emily. So, like, yeah. Oh, okay. Is it any good by chance or no? Because I never heard of that brand before. I know more so of, like, the, I guess the popular brands that we have right now, like, with Blue and, like, Shure microphones we have, you know, like, yeah, but is it any good by chance, or is it like kind of a cheaper brand microphone, I guess, like, yeah. I mean, I feel like if you have a microphone, then it should be fine. As long as you're like not using your laptop microphone, or just like having like a decent microphone, even if it's just earbuds. But yeah, I wouldn't like exactly prioritize mic, I guess, when it comes to like setup and stuff like that. Even though it plays a factor, I guess, but it's not, like one of the most important things, like yeah, at least in my personal opinion. But it is nice though. It is convenience, like yeah, it is quality of life and convenience, but like I wouldn't say it's like the biggest change factor when it comes to like, I guess, making YouTube videos that you mentioned here. But like yeah. Oh, what was your last character that you pulled for then when you lost the previous 50-50 Nahida? But like yeah. Congrats on getting C1 rating again, by the way. You should go for C2 if I were you. Like yeah, are you gonna go for C2 or are you gonna thinking about it still? Cause you just got a C1 rating just now. But like yeah. Welcome back, True. Welcome back to the stream. How's your crew, by the way? But like yeah. Really? The last time I checked, you still disrespected her as a sub DPS, right? Like yeah, but have you at least improvised her, I guess, a bit more and make her more so on the main DPS now / less of a sub DPS now per se? But like yeah. Yeah, especially if you have a light cone already, dude. You should like really try to build her to per se. But I mean, I know that you're not treating the space station queen with as much respect since the beginning per se. Like yeah. Oh, so you like just ran out, I'm guessing, right? Nahida? Like you just ran out? You should try though, like nonetheless. At least, save and try to go for C2 rating like before the end of the day. Like before the end of like her banner, that is, like yeah. Since you already have C1, like you already have you're like already at the halfway point of getting like her best constellation, like C2 per se. Like yeah. Well, besides C6 obviously, but like C2 is like generally like the best starting point, when it comes to like light constellations, So like yeah. I'm assuming you do have the engulfing lightning then, right, Nahida? Or do you have the engulfing lightning by chance too, or no? If you don't, then like you should have went for the engulfing lightning if I were you over C1 rating. But like it's up to you, I guess. But since you have C1 rating, and I'm assuming, like we mentioned earlier, you're gonna try to go for C2 now because you're like already halfway there. Yeah, you have the engulfing lightning already, right? Because you went for C1 rating, I'm guessing, right? Like yeah. On my main account? No, on my alt account? Okay. Okay. Well, at least on one half, you're like treating her well compared to the other half, but I would prefer it vice versa, that you treat her well on your main over your alt, but like, yeah, at least on one half, you're like at least treating her better compared to like your other one, that you're like not treating her much at all. So like, yeah. Oh, you have the Welkin as well, by the way, Nahida. Are you yeah, are you not free to play, I'm guessing, right? Like yeah. If so, what type are you? Or like what type of fish are you? Like yeah, between I guess the fish we have right now for Genshin over here, but like yeah. I'm still a goldfish, I guess you could say. Well, at least that's what people would say, when it comes to like light spinning, because I really only spend money on the Blessing and Welcome Moon, right? And the battle pass. Well, that is if I completed, that is, But like in Star Rail, I definitely spend a bit more. I'm not gonna lie, because we have E2 Herta and E2 Firefly, but we also have E2 what's her name? Casterus. So like yeah. But in Genshin, I'm pretty sure I'm still really only spend money on the Welcome Battle Pass, but there has been one point in which I did spend $15 on the crystals before, which was on Ye Miko's very first ever banner back then. So like, yeah. Oh, really? So you spent quite a bit then within Genshin so far? Well, like, yeah. What have you spent the most on, do you think then? Like, yeah, if you consider yourself as a dolphin. I think that's probably me actually when it comes to, you know, Honkai Star Rail over here, because like I spent quite a few hundred, you know, on you know, E2 Firefly as well as E2 Herta, you know, like Impossible Lycone too. So like yeah, but yeah, how much have you I guess like mostly spent on like or like what character have you like spent the most on, let's say, throughout your dolphin trails? Well, like which is really ironic, I guess, you know, because like Genshin, you know, it's a game that like provides like a lot less rewards, you know, than Honkai Star Rail, like overall that is, but well, like, ooh, the Spider-Man. Well, like I still end up spending like way more in Honkai Star Rail over Genshin. Like yeah, despite Honkai Star Rail, you know, giving like a lot of more freebies over Genshin over here, I guess you could say. But like yeah. Only Welkin and maybe one battle pass, but when Nahida's... Oh, wait, did he go for constellations with Nahida as well, or did he also went for a weapon? Back then, but like yeah, yeah, I'm assuming you went for quite a bit of constellations with Nahida, right? Because that's your name / profile picture. But how much would you say? Like yeah. Oh, wait, so you don't have the signature weapon for, you don't have the golf club for Raiden Shogun? You should go for the golf club if I were you, like the Engulfing Lightning, if I was still you, but... I mean, I guess the fishing weapon can still work, you know, like the catch, I believe that's what it's called. It's just that if you're gonna go for CT Raiden, you know, you might as well go for an Engulfing Lightning. Like, yeah, just to like fully max her out if I were you, But like, I mean, it's real to you, I guess, you know, it's just that... I really feel like, personally, you could have went for the Engulfing Lightning over C1 Raiden before you got C1 just now, you know, like, yeah. Because, yeah, C2 is quite expensive, and, you know, between C1 Raiden and, like, Engulfing Lightning, I would definitely like to say Engulfing Lightning is, like, much more suitable, / more worthwhile, but, like, up to you, I guess, like, yeah. Oh, how is that in dollars? Wait, what is that in dollars? Is that euros or like what currency is that? Cause yeah, I'm not too familiar with the other currency, I guess, but I'm assuming that's euros, right? How much is that in dollars? Cause yeah, I'm in the US, so like yeah, so we use the dollars over here, and I'm really not quite sure about the other currency, or like how much it is compared to dollars and like yuan, you know, but like yeah. Okay. I mean, it's okay. As long as you're still enjoying the heater and like really still manage to get to her at the end. Plus, you know, you think it's like worthwhile at the very end of the day, you know, of getting the heater. Then like it's fine. I mean, it's a bit expensive, right? Of like 150 euros, but like as long as you enjoy what you have, like what you spend on, you know, that's like kind of what matters at the end of the day, you know. Like yeah, like you know, just enjoy life. Cause like I spent like a lot on Ichi Herta, you know, like way back then, but like I was like still like very satisfied at the end of the day, you know, that we got Ichi Herta and a Lycone. Like I didn't start spending money, you know, until we went for the Lycone, you know, and then after that you were going for E2, cause like apparently E2 was her best Eidolon, per se. So like yeah. You lost, oh, okay. That's okay. I feel like Nahida is a bit easier to replace though when it comes to her, like, catalyst weapons. Like, I think the 4-star weapons, you know, like the Witzes or like whatever, the sacrificial one, or like whatever it's called, you know, it's also really good with Nahida as well, right? Like, yeah. Like, I don't think Nahida's, catalyst weapon is exactly like, say, a must pull out of like any other weapons per se, like, you know, like, per se, Mistsplitter / Engulfing Lightning / you know, Staff of Homer and others, you know, so... Do you plan on getting her signature weapon still, like, afterwards, later on? Like, when she gets, like, a rerun banner, I guess, in the future, per se? But, like, yeah, Yeah, what is yours $2? I'm pretty sure, 150 euros is, like, more expensive than $150, right? Like, yeah. But, like, yeah, do you know what that is in dollars, I guess? Because I'm not quite sure how much it's in euros, but I'm assuming it's like around $200, right? when it comes to euros versus dollars over here. But like, yeah, was something around that. But I could be wrong just because I don't know anything when it comes to you know, when it comes to financials like currency translations. But like, yeah. Wait, we did have dailies, right? Okay, we did. I was just making sure because you know, like usually sometimes I forget to do my dailies like when we're like chatting a lot over here. But like, yeah. I would say I love her, but many people think no, it's okay. Like, no, I mean, I can see a sort of reason why. Like, yeah, like, you know, but I mean, if you're passionate about something, you know, then that's like all in you, you know, like nothing, there shouldn't be like too much wrong about that, you know. But I can see that, you know, like, because if you're like overly obsessed with something, you know, then like that's a little bit weird. So like, yeah, like if you're like overly obsessed, you know, then I kind of see that as a little bit weird ish, you know. But I mean, at the same time, you do you, you know, like at the end of the day, you know, it's all on you. And like, you know, don't let anyone else, you know, make fun of like what you think and whatnot, you know, like, yeah, because it's all on you. Well, like, I know what you mean, I guess, you know, if because society, I guess, you know, just see it as that way. But like, nah, you do you, you know, like, yeah, like no judgment here at all. So like, oh, okay, so is it sacrificial, like, the one that's like best for Nahida then, or no? Like, yeah. Cause like I don't really have her. Well, I mean I have her, but like I don't have a build since her like first banner, I believe, during you know, during Sumeru back then. Well, like, yeah, oh, it is. It must be, right? Because that's what I have her on right now. Is it much of a difference between the 5-star weapon that she uses, right, or like her signature weapon, or does it like do around the same, or like, oh, like really similar to each other? Like, yeah, yeah. I think the sacrificial fragments is still pretty good there, right? Because I think elemental mastery, right, is like her main thing, you know, or at least one of her main thing when it comes to Nahida's kit over here, right? So like, you know, the sacrificial fragments is yeah, might be like her best 4-star alternative then, because you know, after damaging an opponent with an elemental skill, the skill has a you know, a 40% chance to end its own cooldown. So, you know, Nahida with sacrificial fragments can like get a lot of her energy way faster per se, and like her ult, I'm pretty sure too, right? Like, yeah. I mean, I have the sacrificial fragments on Circle still, so like, well, the S5 or R5, I mean, you know, R5 sacrificial fragments on, you know, Circles over here, because I don't really use Nahida at the moment per se, but well, like, yeah, I'm assuming this is her best, right? Like, yeah. So much to do as a free-to-play on my star rail on my ult. Hey, at least you have stuff to farm for, you know? Like, you know, compared to on your main account, right? You were like, I wouldn't say you were complaining, but you've been mentioning, you know, like, you know, how you need stuff to do, I guess, you know, or just like wish you had like Stellar to farm for and stuff like that, right? So like, yeah, so yeah, at least on your alt account, you know, you have like a lot to grind for, you know, to say the very least, compared to your main account, in which I'm assuming you've done like almost everything per se, right? So like, yeah. Nah, Herta's still better, by the way. Herta's still obviously the better choice still. Hence why she's still the queen of Honkai star rail over here still, you know. So like, yeah, nah, Herta's still number 1. But Cypher is cool though, not gonna lie. I don't know. I was thinking about pulling for her, honestly. When her banner comes out, I guess, you know, it's just that, you know, I don't know how much we have saved until then. So like, yeah, cause you know, like we got yeah, cause like we just got high Sen last banner, you know, and I also want to go for what's her name, Saber, I guess, like the Fates Collab character. But like, yeah, oh, is it much better than the sacrificial fragments, like the teapot that Nahida has? I didn't realize that, since you know, I thought the sacrificial fragments was like already like really good and whatnot, you know. So like, yeah. Wait, you don't have Nahida build? I thought you had Nahida build, because like, you know, you mentioned that Nahida was your very first, I mean, your very was like one of your favorite characters, right? Nahida to go. Well, like, wait, do you not have Nahida build? I thought you would have a build already, cause she's like one of your favorite characters and whatnot, right? Like, yeah. I have her at like level 70 right now, but I need to like farm her artifacts, still, and like the boss over here, I've been like kind of lazy to do just because it's like really far away, at least in my opinion. Like, it feels like such a drag, to like go to the Dendro hypostasis of like how much you have to glide and like walk around towards this cavern area over here. But like, yeah. The last time I remember doing this boss over here was like maybe a year ago, when we did like co-op together and like farmed this Dendro hypostasis like randomly out of the corner when someone found where it was, and like I had like no idea where to go. Cause like the teleporter waypoint, it like shows on the upper level, but the but the Dendro hypostasis is like at the lower level, so like I really wasn't quite sure like where exactly to go at all to the Dendro hypostasis until like someone showed me the way. But like yeah. I mean, I need to oh, okay. I was about to say, like, if you didn't have Nahida build, but it's like one of your favorite ever characters, or like favorite character overall, then that just like made me a bit confused, cause like yeah, Raiden I don't think it's like that hard to build though, at least in my personal opinion, since she's like an Inazuma character, and her overall materials isn't like exactly that hard to farm for overall, and plus EOS, is still, I believe, her best artifact set. So like, I feel like you should be fine in terms of building Raiden in no time and whatnot, cause like, she's like one of the early characters, and plus, at least in my personal opinion, she's like not that hard to build overall. It's just that, obviously she requires like farming and whatnot. So like, yeah, since you just like got her, nah, her tier is still better. Her tier is still obviously number 1 and whatnot. Like, yeah, hence why, she's always been number 1 ever since the moment she has appeared in Honkai's story at the very first day of Emperors. But like, yeah, I still feel like she will be number 1 still, just because, even after all these updates and whatnot, like over time for the Emperors season, her tier still always been the number 1 DPS. But like, yeah. I mean, Cypher does look good though, not gonna lie, so I still kind of want to over her, until like her banner comes around. Well, it depends on like how much we have saved, I guess, and like if she like works well, I guess, with casters, right, we mentioned earlier. So we can like maybe swap off Peeler, with Cypher. But like, I'm not quite sure, because we just got Hysen and like I haven't really built her much yet, except no, I've been building her like quite a bit, like I actually, like, yeah, when it comes to her character level per se. So like, technically we have been building her nonetheless, because I almost maxed out to her character level, per se. But like, yeah, let's do this event, I guess. The Operation Downpour simulation, since it ends within the next week over here, I believe, right? So yeah, I guess we're gonna get oh, it's a Fontaine event. Okay, I didn't realize that, but yeah, I guess we're gonna get started with this event since it's the next one that ends like really soon over here, like this weekend, I believe, right? Like, yeah, or like next Tuesday. Oh, that's okay. Wait, do you have any? Ooh, the doggy. The doggy is over here. Well, like, yeah, do you have any like good ERS pieces already for Raiden Shogun Arrow, or no? Or is this your first time like farming for Emblem of Severe Fates per se? But like, yeah. My microphone has this foam stuff inside it, and I bet that's. Wait, what do you mean by foam stuff? Like, yeah. If it's like a pop filter like mine's, well, this like circular thing, then that's a good thing, like, yeah, because it gets rid of the popping noise, I guess, when you like make some sort of noises, I guess, or just like say some words, that like have like a bit of a pop to it, like, yeah. But yeah, what do you mean by foam stuff? Because I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, because I thought foam stuff was supposed to be like kind of good for your mic, because to like not you know, make certain sounds like stick out too much, you know, like yeah. I remember I still have like 12 limited characters on my alt account for my boyfriend. I promised him I would. Only 10. Oh, okay. Up to you, I guess. But like 10 is a lot though, you know? Like, yeah, 10 is a lot of 5-star characters to pull for, nonetheless over here. And like, you know, you need to like also save a lot, you know, in order to get like 10 5-stars in the very end, you know? Like, yeah, if that's like still your goal, that is. Hello Joseph, welcome in, welcome to the stream. How's your day going today? Hopefully you're having a great Tuesday as well, by the way, Joseph. But nonetheless, yeah, happy 5.6 second half today. Well, like, yeah. Nah, I have an okay build. Oh, okay. So like, I'm assuming that your ERS pieces are like mostly on Yulon right now, right? Like, yeah. I think the Bliss Oblige can also used with Yulon too per se, but like I do believe EOS might still be the best though, right? Because like energy recharge is like the main thing for EOS over here. But do you have any Noblesse Oblige by any chance or no? Because I'm pretty sure Noblesse Oblige you can also use with Yulon over here as well. It's just that, you know, EOS I'm pretty sure it's still her like her best 4-piece though, right? Like yeah. Yeah, it's been a pretty good day so far, like to say. Joseph, did you pull for anyone by chance or no? Well, that is if you play Genshin, that is. Like, I'm assuming you do play Genshin, right? Since, you know, that's the game / stream that we're playing today. But like, yeah, did you pull for any of the banners today by chance? Whether it be Radiant Shogun / Kanish, or like any of the Inazuma Chronicle Wish banners. But like, yeah, there's a styrofoam or foam type thing inside the mic. I can't see through the... Oh, it might be like built up dust and whatnot. Maybe. Like, yeah. Like, if it's like not meant to be there, you know, like not meant to be inside the microphone, then yeah, it might have built like a lot of dust over time. So you definitely want to like try to like get rid of that, you know, or try to minimize that, in which, you know, it'll like hopefully make your voice, I guess, maybe clear and whatnot. So like, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, wait. Yeah, if you have the Bless Oblige, you can like also use that with Yulon over here as well, you know, but I mean, technically EOS, I think it's still overall the best 4-piece for Yulon over here. Same with the Radiant Shogun, you know, like, yeah, but if you like really need to swap out, you know, Yulon's artifacts with Radiant Shogun and you have the Bless Oblige already, you know, to use with Yulon over here, then yeah, you can like use that, you know, for the time being, if you like don't mind Yulon having the Blessed Oblige for her per se. But I mean, you also like just got Radiant there, right? So like, yeah, so I'm assuming you don't really have much built at all, you know, like you mentioned earlier. So like, even so, you know, I don't think it's like that big of a deal, because, you know, like you just pulled Radiant just today, you know, like, yeah. Oh, nice. Congrats on getting Raiden, by the way. How you liking her so far, Joseph? But like, yeah. Is this your first time ever getting the Shogun over here, or have you also pulled her before, like during her first banner, or like any of the rerun banners in between then? But like, yeah. Yeah, they like share like every artifact, I think, between Raiden and Yulon. Well, actually, no, I think Yulon still prioritizes a bit more on the ER there, right? But Raiden kind of does as well, you know. Except that, except for you, you know, you're like a little bit leaning more towards the main DPS role of Raiden, because you're going for a C2, you know. But like, yeah, they like share like really similar stats between Raiden and Yulon as a whole per se. But like, if you have the Blessed Oblige instead, you know, and if you like want to use, you know, both Raiden and Shogun, you know, at the same time, I guess, like for the time being, you know, then like, yeah, you can like probably just use some Blessed Oblige for Yulon for the time being, you know, until you like get better EOS artifacts over time, you know. Excuse me. So like, yeah. But like, yeah, EOS is like, I think it's still the best 4-piece for Yulon overall per se. But I mean, if you have like the Blessed Oblige, you know, like Shincho over here, I think, well, no, Shincho we have a 4-piece you know, EOS as well. But like, I think before I think before the EOS on Shincha over here, I ran the Blessed Oblige for sure. Because the first time I farmed the Blessed Oblige, you know, was specifically for Shincha when I you know, started building him for the first time. But like, yeah. It's meant to be there. It's hard to explain. It's not like a styrofoam there to protect it from shipping. It's built into the mic. Oh, okay. So if it's like meant to be there, I guess, and just like overall, you know, like part of the microphone as a package, you know, then I mean, you could like try to clean it, I guess, you know, but up to you if you like really want to remove it and whatnot. So like, yeah, but having like a foam, you know, like inside the microphone, you know, like inside the metal frames, you know, I feel like it's a bit odd to say the very least. Like, yeah, because it's like usually outside, you know, like rather than inside the microphone. That like, you know, the Blue Yeti over here that we have right now, per se, but yeah, you can like try to like maybe get rid of some dust from it, and then hopefully that'll fix it, you know, per se within your mic per se, you know. But I mean, if it's like meant to be inside, then like I don't know if I really recommend like entirely removing it then, since you know, it's like part of the microphone, you know. So like yeah. It's my first time. Oh nice, congrats by the way on getting the electro organ for the first time. But like yeah. No, it's okay. Congrats on getting her on your first Switch, by the way. Did he got you at like 0 pity, or what pity did he got you per se, or what did he got you on like your first 10 pull / Singapore? But you mentioned got you like really early pity, but like yeah. Hello Donald, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going today? Hopefully you're having a great Tuesday as well, by the way, Donald. But nonetheless, yeah, how's your overall week been so far? But nonetheless, welcome in. But yeah, how has your Tuesday been today, Mr. President? Hopefully it has been a great Tuesday for you today so far, nonetheless over here. But like, yeah, welcome to the stream. I mean, even so, if you didn't get raided, I really feel like the 4-stars are like also really good over here, you know, like Kudasera, Tamar, and Lynette. Like, at least the 4-stars over here, you know, they seem to be a bit more relevant compared to the last banner. That the only 4-star that I was really remembering, you know, last banner was like Aether, you know, like the newest Natlan character that we got with Escavier / Navia back then. But like, yeah. Wait, let's do the event over here. But like, yeah, if the microphone is like meant to be, I guess, like with your your microphone that you're using, right? The DG M20 mono mic, then I don't know if I really recommend messing around with it too much if it's like part of the package, you know. So like, yeah. I probably won't, but my friends say my mic is really loud, and I don't know if I want to get a new one. Oh, you can like probably adjust some settings, I guess, you know, within your recording software that you use, I guess, you know, like yeah, you can like probably adjust some settings and like maybe apply some filters, you know, if you like really need them. But like yeah, I don't know if I really recommend, you know, like completely removing the foam if it's like meant to be inside of the microphone and whatnot. So like yeah. She may not know how to cook, but she knows how to fight, you know. So like yeah, she knows how to fight and be a you know, and be a true icon when it comes to the Inazuma that we have over here, besides her not knowing how to cook. But hey, at least that's where Escavier might come around, you know, because you know that's like her specialty, to say the very least, you know. Like yeah, even though Radiance doesn't know how to cook, you know, her specialty doesn't exactly really lie within the cooking department over here, I guess you could say. But like yeah. Is there any other characters that also don't know how to cook, or is it just Raiden? But like yeah, even though Raiden does not know how to cook, you know, she does a good job in terms of you know, like being an icon for Inazuma so far and whatnot, still, at least in my opinion. But like yeah. Yeah, I don't know. If it's like too loud, you can like probably adjust some settings, I guess, within your audio per se. But other than that, it might be like a good idea, I guess, to like maybe get it like a new microphone, or at least like an alternative per se, if it's like too much of a issue for you and whatnot. But like up to you, you know. Like yeah. I never heard of that microphone before, and plus you know, Blue Snowball, like it's also like a really good microphone too, you know, it's like also pretty cheap too, you know, so yeah, you can like maybe think of that one, you know, so like yeah, as your other microphone instead of the one that you currently have right now, I guess. Like yeah, if your current microphone is like having like too many issues for you, you know, and your friends, but like but like wait, what characters are you thinking about going for next, True? Well like yeah, for well yeah, you still want Finon though, right? Like, you know, I feel like it would be really, really hard for you to get like 12 limited characters if you're gonna go all for them C6, you know? So like, yeah. Like, don't you want Finon as well, you know? Like, after Gen 1, like, in Gen 1 too, you know? And like other characters too, so like, in order to get like all 12 limited characters, you know? I feel like it would be like a lot easier if you just like only went for the characters at the end of the day instead of like going for C6 even for like one character. But like, yeah. You say you don't use the recording software? I just record on. Oh, okay. I mean that's okay. I mean even if you use a game bar, I'm pretty sure it might have some like settings, you know, that you can like switch around, you know, when it comes to adjusting your audio settings. But yeah, you might want to like take a look into your like in-game slash audio settings to like perhaps balance them out and whatnot. So like yeah, and like maybe run some tests too, you know, to like compare between, you know, your audio and like the settings that you currently have per se. But like yeah, I didn't realize you used the game bar, which is like a bit more of a basic kind of recording system and whatnot, to say the very least. But like still. Oh, he said go for Saber first. Okay. I agree. But since like you know, Saber is like a really limited 5-star character, you know, in which she will only appear during the Fates collab. So yeah, I agree with him that Saber should take a bit more priority, a little bit more over the others, just because, you know, the Fates collab, people have been saying that it's only gonna be like one banner and whatnot. So like yeah, but like if you're gonna go for 12 limited characters, you know, then yeah, it'd be really hard to get 12 if you're gonna go for Eidolons too, you know. So like yeah. Yeah, that's why I still don't know if I really want Cypher or not, just because Saber is gonna be a really limited 5-star, you know, like for the Fates collab. So like I want to, you know, but I mean at the same time I can like wait for a rerun, you know, like yeah, in the future per se. Like I mean I still want to nonetheless. It's just that, you know, Saber I feel like technically takes a little bit priority still, at least in my personal opinion, because it's like much more limited, I believe, right? Like yeah. Random question. Do you think I'm assuming Prime, that's what you mean, right? Like you misspelled. Do you think Prime Zoom Lee beats Prime Raiden Shogun in Lord, that is? I am not quite sure, cause I can't exactly really remember how Zoom Lee was during the Lee Arc Quest that we did. Cause I did the Lee Arc Quest like years ago. And like the Eden Zebra on quest, you know, was like, I mean, I guess I finished the chasm like maybe last year, right? I think, or a couple of months ago. But like, the last boss I unlocked was the Raiden Shogun boss. Like, yeah, but yeah, between Zimli and Raiden, I really don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah, between Raiden and Zimli in terms of lore. Because we don't really know much about Zoom Lee at all. Like, I think Zoom Lee, at least so far that I played, you know, might be one of the least known Archons, like, when it comes to story-wise so far. Like, yeah. We haven't done Samira at all yet, so I don't know anything about Nahida, nor Farina, nor Mavika at all yet, you know? But, I mean, so far from, like, first impressions, I'm leaning more towards Raiden, just because she seems to be, I guess, more on the aggressive side, I guess, when it comes to power and whatnot, per se, but I'm not quite sure, you know, because like Zoom Lee, I feel like may have a little bit more of a backstory to him, because within his Arc Quest, you know, I just have the impression such feeling, you know, that his overall character has, you know, quite more of a history behind him, you know. But like yeah, but like I'm not quite sure, honestly, just because I really don't know too much about neither of the two per se. But I mean, So far between them, the most recent I've done is the Raiden boss fight, right? Like yeah, with with her character skill request, and I guess the Arm quest too, you know. But like, really not too sure because Zoom Wei lore is like very little, I think overall per se. But like, yeah. I'm only going for E6 on my Bruh, going for E6 is like really hard though. You know, like I have never went for E6 for any character in Genshin or Star over here. Like the highest Eidolon I went for, you know, is like C2 slash E2. You know, like C2 Farina and like, you know, E2 Firefly slash you know, Herter slash what's her name? Casterus. So like I have never went for, you know, C6 for any other character before, or like E6 when it comes to Star, that is. So like, yeah, that'd be a lot though, because you know, E6 is like, you know, like a maximum of like 12 5-stars. You know, like yeah, like the maximum of 12 outcome of 5-stars in case well, it might be 14 if you don't even already have the character. You know, at like E0. So yeah, it's like really expensive at the end of the day. You know, but like yeah, Zunli would cook Raiden because Raiden cannot cook Zunli. Yeah, that is the point, you know, since, you know, technically Raiden does not know how to cook, you know, so Zunli will be the one that will be managed to like cook Raiden per se, but like yeah. I am not quite sure though still overall per se, because like they're both like really similar, I guess, when it comes to lore power wise, you know, but you know, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like Zunli has more history behind him, but Raiden, at least that we know so far, you know, looks to be a bit more aggressive and powerful, I guess, with her engulfing lightning, I guess you could say. But like, still, it's hard to tell, just because we don't really know too much about Zunli at the current state right now, I don't believe. But like, yeah, I'm still leaning more to slightly Raiden, I guess, you know, because she was able to like defeat others, you know, along the way too, per se. But like the thing is that I'm getting the impression that Zunli has a bit more of a backstory behind him that we just don't know yet, you know. Like yeah. Oh, there's like a strategy event. Okay, like a strategy minigame event, right? Like yeah. At least that's what it looks like so far for this current event that we have going on right now, right? Like okay. Scenario victory is achieved when attacking game pieces destroy their defending counterparts and installations. Oh, okay, so this is like the progress bar when it comes to this certain event over here. Like, yeah. And, wait, are we battling against someone or no? I can't tell if we are or not. Well, I guess we can, like, give this a try to say the very least over here. But, like, yeah. Have you guys done this event by any chance or no? I'm assuming most of you guys have, right? Just because this event has been out for a while, you know? But I thought this would be like a Natlan event or like a fighting type of event, you know, just because of the background over here. It kind of reminds me a bit of Natlan slash like a fighting domain event instead of like a board game event, you know, like yeah. E6 my day is gonna be easy because I already have him at E. Even if you already have him at E2, it's gonna be hard because like, you know, going from E2 to E6, you know, it's a bigger jump, you know, compared to going from E0 to E2, right? Like, well, actually, no. For my day, it's like E0, E1, and E2, right? And then, like, from E2 to E6, it's like, you'll be going to, like, E3, E4, E5, and... Okay, so, like, it's like 4 steps ahead instead of 3 steps ahead from, like, getting my day for the first time all the way to E2. But, like, still, I feel like that'd be hard, though, nonetheless, just because, you know, you're still like 4 Eidolons away, but like, yeah. Have a good rest of your night, by the way, Joseph. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, by the way. But yeah, nonetheless, I hope you have a great rest of your night, and hope to see you on the next stream sometime in the future. But like, yeah, yeah, I want to say it's easy, okay? Like, I want to say it's easy, but it may be, you know, slightly less hard, I guess, you know, because you don't have to go for like my day anymore, you know, as a character, right, for the very first time. But I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy, you know. So like, yeah, just because E2 to E6, you know, it's still a higher jump, you know, from like you know, E0 to E2 per se and whatnot. But like, yeah, technically it would be easier, but I mean, I don't think going for E6 is easy at all. Like, yeah. To be honest, I also like never went for any character C6 or E6 except for 4 stars. That is, but like, you know, the thing is that C6/E6, it's like really expensive at the end of the day, unless you get really lucky, which you might, you know. So like, yeah, but like, I don't know. E6 is a lot of dedication, though. Not gonna lie, since you know it's basically like going for 7 5 stars. Cause like, yeah, E0, E1, E2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But like, yeah. Mhm. You have his light cone there, right? I believe. At the very least for my day, I think that's what you. Wait, you don't have his light cone, right? Wait, yeah, do you have his light cone? True or no? Like for my day. Are you gonna go for his light cone when his Rerun band comes out or no? Or are you just gonna go for E6? Wait, I thought you would have his light cone honestly if you already have him E2, but oh, okay. You do, but at least you do plan on getting it, which is nice, I guess. But like, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that you didn't go for his Lycone yet, just because you already went for his E1 before that, you know, as well as his E2 as well that you have right now per se. But like, yeah, I mean, his Lycone is alright though, at least in my personal opinion. Like, you know, I don't think it's like that good, you know, because like the second half of this Lycone for my day is kind of like a downside in my personal opinion, right? But technically, if you were gonna like go for Eidolons for my day, or just gonna overall, you know, like build him to the maximum of his potential, then you know, a Lycone such weapon, signature weapon, is like a kind of like a must-have to say, you know, like yeah, to like fully maximize one's character's kit. Oh, okay, so like the enemies behind the barrages over here, they will attack, right? But they cannot move. And then when we place them, they'll automatically attack over there, right? Like, oh yeah. Okay. Wait, but are we allowed to place this anywhere or no? I think we are, right? So we have to like place the the characters we have right now, you know? On the house, right? I'm guessing, right? Wait, how do I do this? Like, yeah, because it's like showing an X over here, but not quite sure exactly where you're supposed to place these Helicrows here so far, but like, yeah. Oh right. Wait, did he get E2 from a triple or a double? But I forgot that you got, you know, E1 or E2 my day, you know, from like a double or a triple. Oh wait, it's like over here outside. Okay, I see. Like, yeah, like a double or triple 5-star, but like, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about the double. So like, you were still just only going for this E0 and not really for Eidolons, like Constellations would say. But dang, that's like really lucky though. Not gonna lie. Like, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like E1 and E2 my day are not really the best such necessary for him, at least looking from his kit way back then per se. But like, yeah. Okay, I really don't know how this works over here, not gonna lie. Okay, the Helicrow is a melee character, right? While the Summertro is ranged. So I'm assuming the Summertro we're supposed to like keep it from distance over here. And the Helicrow we might have to like get close, you know? Like, yeah. Wait, I only did like half though. So did we do it wrong, or do we have to like attack the space first? I guess. Like, yeah, because I didn't realize we can attack the space until we just like put our mouse over here. So like, I don't feel like we're doing the right thing though. Not gonna lie, because you know, it doesn't feel like we're doing the right thing. But I guess we could be doing okay still. You know, like, yeah. I got E2 like off of Singapore's back to back. Oh wait, I thought it was a 10 pull though. I thought it was a double 5-star, but like, yeah, I didn't realize it was from singles though. Like, yeah, which is like really lucky by the way. But yeah, I thought it was like 10 because usually people got like, you know, Eidolons such double 5-stars within 10 pulls instead. Like, yeah, like how we got, I guess, you know, with Mavica. back then slash run May and like maybe others too, you know. But like yeah, E2 Herta. Oh really? How much? I guess like yeah, compared to E0, because I didn't thought that my day idle lines are like really that necessary exactly per se, but like how much it felt much of a difference, I guess. Like yeah, like at least for you. I'm gonna get all the materials I need to get Kazura to like level 80. Oh nice. How far are you so far, I guess, to getting Kazura to max level though? Well like yeah, Henry. I don't think it should be that bad actually to get all the max materials for Kazura to level 80, because his character, you know, leveling isn't like that big of a deal, I think, right? Like yeah, plus like the enemies and the materials are like within Inazuma, so like it's like early stage exploration to vet per se, so like you don't have to like unlock much, I guess, you know, when it comes to farming for Kazura over like farming for Mavika slash, you know, Escavier and like the new characters that we have right now. So like yeah. How much does E2 help over E0, do you think? True, but like yeah, between yeah, E2 my day versus like his regular one, like would you say it's better than his Lycone, or what do you think, like maybe around the same instead? Well, I'm pretty sure E2 my day might be actually slightly better than well, might be better than like having his Lycone, just because he went for E1 as well, you know, like both of his Eidolons. But usually the case is that, you know, the Lycone is generally better, I guess, compared to E1 and whatnot. Like yeah, I'm not quite sure about E2 though, because you know E2 is a bit of a different story, in which a lot of characters nowadays, you know, like their E2 is like really good, you know, like Herta for instance, and like Firefly too, per se, and like maybe Acheron's too, I believe too, right? Like yeah, so but like for my day, I don't think he really needs Eidolons at all. Like yeah, but like still, it like helps overall. Oh really? No, it's okay. I mean, it like took me a while to build Kazura as well, nonetheless over here. Like yeah, I still need to like get him to like level 90 though, not gonna lie. Like I've been like stuck at like level 80 for quite a while. It's just that I'm like really lazy, you know, when it comes to farming the seashells and like the donuts over here, as well as the this material. So like yeah, well this material I don't think it's like bad, because we can just craft it, right? But like yeah, picking up the seaweeds, I guess, you know, and like the donuts over here, you know, from the treasure hoarders is like such a pain. Like yeah, because you have to like go from one place to another, you know, and just like farm and whatnot. Like yeah, but like yeah, I had my Kazura for like level 80 for quite some time, I guess you could say, but I still definitely want to max him out, you know, just because I've been using him like more nowadays, you know, compared to like Sucrose, in which I used to use as my main I guess animal controller support before, you know, like yeah. What are you stuck on, by the way, Kada? But like yeah, what part are you stuck on, I guess? Like yeah. I want to say I'm like really stuck on like building Kazura exactly. It's just that, you know, my motivation, you know, to like collect the seaweed slash the donuts over here, it's like really low. Or it's just like maybe not in my head, you know, because I've been like building other stuff as well, you know, like yeah, or like farming other materials, because like don't forget, in you know, in Genshin, you know, like we still don't have like every day in which you can like farm the same materials, you know, like in Honkai Star Rail. So like if you want to build, you know, like Kazura for instance, like certain materials like only appear during certain parts of the day too, you know. So like yeah. I want to build as many characters as possible to like level 80 and get the talents to like 888, and then when I reach 8 of 60, I'll start making them. Oh really? How come? Like yeah, how come you think of that way instead of just like maxing them out to like level 90 when you're like 8 or 55 right now? But like yeah, is it for the end game, I guess you're assuming, or like for the what's it called? I forgot what it's called, but like it's like a long time ago. The crap, what's it called in which you like enter the domain in order to like increase the levels. I remember it's in Mondstadt, you know, but I just haven't done it in like such a long time because we already done everything. It's like within this domain, but I forgot what it's called. Like, yeah, to like increase your adventure rank or something like that. I've been in the AO40s for weeks with only 2. Oh, really? What are your only 2 level 80s so far? But like, yeah. I am AO60, and I've been like AO60 for like such a long time, but like 95% of my characters are like unbuilt, you know? So like, yeah. I mean, my Khasura is like, more so like built now, you know, compared to like he was before. Cause like, you know, before Khasura, I would use Circus instead, and like, I still find Circus to be like very comfortable, you know, when it comes to using an animal support. But like, recently I've been like wanting to like, you know, increase his friendship, you know, so we can like do his character trial for the Imagine Theater and whatnot. So like, yeah. But like, yeah, after we recently got his friendship level to level 8, you know, we kind of like switched over to Venti, because like he's like the next character on my to-do list when it comes to leveling friendship over here per se. But well, like, yeah, I still haven't like finished building him ever since I started like initially building him like maybe like a month or 2 ago. But like, yeah. But yeah, what two level 80s do you usually use for now, since you like only AO40 per se? I mean, I play daily, I guess, you know, when it comes to both Genshin and Star Rail, but I mean, when it comes to like, you know, my actual day-to-day Genshin slash Star Rail grind, I guess you could say, it's been mostly dailies and events. So like, yeah, usually dailies still, because like, you know, dailies is like the most important thing, I guess, you know, to do when you like first start Genshin, I guess, you know, or like one of the most important, you know, because it only appears like once per day, you know. But like, technically last Sunday we managed to finish the Fontaine event. It's just that we like sped run it through it towards the end of the night per se. Like, yeah, but yeah, I have a lot to do, by the way. Like, I have like so much to do over here, you know, that we haven't even started at all yet, you know. But like, I've been still like catching up, I guess, you know, with my daily commissions and events from here and there still, you know. But like, yeah. Oh, okay. What do you mostly play on during the weekend then? Like, yeah, for Genshin or Star, that is. Well, I don't know if you play Star, but do you do events or questing, I guess, on the weekends, by the way? But like, yeah, if you said you're mostly a weekend player, I would still recommend playing during the weekday if I were you. That way, at least try to do the dailies, you know? Like, yeah, so you can get the 60 Primo Gems, you know, every day, which adds up over time, you know? But not gonna lie, it does take a while to do the dailies in Genshin, because usually it like averages me like 20 or 30 minutes, you know, to like do the daily commissions over here. But luckily nowadays, since we just finished the on-quest, you know, like last weekend, you know, the parallelism on-quest that we had like when it initially came out doing Escavier's banner, we were able to like, you know, have like some long-term encounter points in which you can use, you know, to like take place of daily commission instead. So like, yeah, but like yeah, before last weekend, yeah, before last weekend, Kata, I would have 0 over here. So like, yeah, every day I would have to do like Mondstadt daily commissions in order to like actually keep up with my daily commission rewards, I guess you could say. But like, yeah, luckily we were able to finish the yeah, we were able to finish the parallelism on quest plus the Fontaine one, in which we got quite an okay amount of long-term encounter points, I guess, to use for the corresponding days from here on out. But like, yeah, I think I'm ahead of the game right now though, because I haven't even started. Oh wait, if you haven't started Inazuma yet, then like you're quite far behind. Not gonna lie, unless you've been only playing for like a little bit of time, I guess you could say. Like, yeah, since you mentioned you're like only AO40, right? You know, so like, you know, Inazuma might be the time in which you like get to like maybe AO45 in during the middle or the end of it. But like present day, if you're like only at Inazuma, you might be quite a bit behind, since, you know, Natlan is like the newest region we have currently right now, and like Inazuma, you know, it's like the 3rd region, I believe, over here, right? So like, yeah. I mean, I'm not done with everything in Inazuma here neither, you know, because, like, you know, we still need to explore this area, you know, and, like, this area too. But, like, I definitely finished the on quest, though, I guess, and, like, explore the other regions over here too, per se. But, like, yeah. My top characters are Karawa and Escavier at level 80. Oh, nice! Congrats on getting Escavier, by the way. Last half. Like, yeah. The Fontaine Chef. Garmain is like level 70 and Taganari is level 60. Ooh, those are also really good characters too, per se. But, are those your characters that you, like, mostly use for your, team right now? Or do you also use, like, other characters too besides them? But, like, yeah. I think weekend is, like, usually when I do most of the questing too, I guess you could say. Or I feel more comfortable, you know, doing more quests, I guess, throughout the weekend. Because you don't have to, like, worry as much, you know, when it comes to, like, maybe, like, time management, I guess you could say. So, like, yeah, I guess that's why we did the, Mondstadt quest on, like, a Saturday. Or Friday and Saturday. Because, you know, we can, like, take more of our time, you know, to, like, proceed through the Mondstadt quest and whatnot. So, like, yeah, compared to, like, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday. Per se, but, like, yeah. But yeah, those are really good characters, by the way, nonetheless. Garmin, Taganari, Karawa, Escavier so far. So, like, yeah, you're doing pretty good, not gonna lie, for being AO40 right now, because, like, I don't think I got my very first ever 5-star, you know, until, Ayaka, but, like, I believe I might have been, like, AO45 back then. Like, either AO45 or, like, somewhere around, like, AO40, like, how you are right now, but I mean, I was only able to get, like, 1 5-star compared to, like, you know, 2 compared to you with Escavier and Taganari. But, like, yeah. I do dailies on the weekdays, but oh, okay, that's good. Like, yeah. Yeah, dailies, I don't feel like it's, like, that bad, I guess you could say. I mean, it does take some time, I guess, overall, nonetheless, you know, because, like, usually for me, it would take, like, 20 or 30 minutes, right, you know? Like, average speaking, you know, when it comes to dailies, so it just, like, overall, you know, takes a little bit of time and grinding, I guess, you know, but like, yeah, I'm, like, kind of, like, the same way as well. Like, usually during the weekdays, I, sort of do, like, lighter stuff for Genshin Story, and, like, you know, the weekendish, or, like, oh, I thought I didn't get this already, in, like, the weekends, you know, it's, like, when I usually, like, do quests and stuff like that, like, yeah, like, bigger stuff, Thank you for the follow, by the way, Kata. Hopefully you're having a great day so far, nonetheless, but, thanks again for the follow. Yeah, when it comes to, like, day-to-day, or, like, weekdays, then, yeah, it's usually just dailies when it comes to Genshin and Star, and, like, well, actually on stream, you know, we have been doing quite a bit of other stuff too, you know, like, yeah, within Honkai Star, because, you know, we like started the event, you know, for the the baseball bat event, you know. So, like, you know, that's an exception, but I believe that's, like, on Sunday though, or, like, a Saturday, Sunday instead, per se. But, like, yeah. How far are you within Inazuma so far, or, like, how are you liking Genshin so far overall? Do you think, like, yeah, have you been playing for a while, or is this your first time playing? I'm assuming you might be a newish player, because you're, like, only AO40 right now, I believe, right? But, yeah, are you a new player, or have you played before, in which, you, like, stopped playing after a certain period of time, I guess you could say, and then just, like, came back recently? But, like, yeah. It would take a good week and a half of resin to get all the boss materials and those, like, 6 legendary gems. I just don't have that. Yeah, don't worry about it, because, like, I don't really have the full commitment either, you know. Hence why I'm a Kazuya at, like level 80 right now, because, like, collecting the seaweed, you know, and the donuts, you know, from the treasure hoarders is, like, such a hassle, at least in my personal opinion. So, like, yeah, I still definitely want to max out Kazuya though, you know, nonetheless, just because, you know, I already have him at, like, level 80, you know, and I believe I have, like, the right Verisan piece, you know, for him, because I just, like, swapped off my Sucrose artifacts, you know, to Kazuya when I started to, like, raise his friendship level, you know, after Ganyu and whatnot. So, like, yeah, I definitely still want to max him out. It's just that motivation, you know, to, like, farm the seaweed and donuts for him, it's, like, pretty low as you, you know, like, yeah. And plus, you're right, it would take a lot of grinding as well, just because, overall, the materials, you know, like, they take quite a couple of days, nonetheless, no matter, like, how much resins I guess you have overall, because you know it just takes some time. But like yeah, I split my lead lines too. I used all 200 for blue, and then I used the 200 for yellow. Oh wait, how come you use your lead lines for Wait, how come you use your resins for the lead lines though? Like, yeah, what makes you use your lead lines? I mean, what makes you use your resins for the lead lines compared to like domains? Cause yeah, I haven't like farmed lead lines in like such a very long time. Like the last time I farmed lead lines was like probably like when it had like double XP, I guess, right? You know, for like three chances, you know, of double the amount of rewards you can get over here. But before that, you know, it's like very long time ago over here. Nonetheless, but like yeah, how come you've been farming the lead lines instead? Because usually people would just like use the resins, you know, for domains, for like building characters, I guess, you know, like yeah, but like still oh okay, I didn't realize that you've been only playing for like 2 months, I guess, so that could be the reason why, right? Like yeah, I think lead lines are like good, you know, for beginning players, since they give you the more, you know, in which you need more, you know, at the beginning, and plus the EXP bugs for like, you know, level up characters and per se, like yeah. But not only the books and the more, they also give you like adventure rank XP. So yeah, if you need to increase your AR XP, you know, for your overall yeah, your adventure rank, then like it does give you wait, no, this is a companionship. Wait, never mind, it's for your characters. I thought it gives you adventure rank XP. But like I'm pretty sure it does, because you're like fighting like enemies along the way over here, you know. So like yeah. How you liking it so far though? Like yeah. How you liking Tibet so far? But yeah, nonetheless, I didn't realize that you've been only playing for 2 months over here. But like yeah. I've been playing for quite a while, ever since, you know. Yeah, ever since Klee's banner, right? During the first summer type banner, when it was like right before Inazuma, that is, right? But like, you know, I have like a lot to do here. Like, still, even after all these years, you know, since the next Autumn quest we have is like at the very start of Sumeru, you know. So like, yeah. I have about like 10 characters. Oh, nice. What characters are level 20 so far? But like, wait, not level 20, but level 40. Like, yeah. I think level 40 characters are actually pretty darn good when you're only AO 40, right? Because like usually, you know, like on the early adventure ranks, you know, like the enemies won't be like level 100, you know, like how it is right now over here. And like, you know, AO 40 and like AO 20, I believe they're like generally easier, like overall easier feeling, you know, compared to like later adventure ranks per se. But like yeah, what characters have you already got to AO 40 so far? Because I think that may be the sweet spot, you know, when it comes to, you know, where you're at right now. Like, yeah. How do you have so much more? I just like don't spend them, I guess, or like don't know what to spend them on. In which maybe the reason I have like a lot of more. Like, yeah. Oh, also like another thing, if you have your characters, you know, for expeditions, you know, to more, and like the mining material, like that adds up as well. So that could be the reason why. Like another reason why I have like a lot of more is just because, you know, my expedition characters, you know, for the daily commissions, you know, like, you know, some of the characters are for the more, you know, like yeah, for the expedition characters. I forgot which one it was, but I can show you really quick over here to see what characters I use for expedition status. But yeah, I guess I don't really make the full use of more, like in which, you know, that it kind of like adds up over time, you know, and that's why I probably have a lot over here. So like, yeah, but yeah, the expedition dispatch, you know, like for Mondstadt, I have Fisher and Bennett, you know, over here for the mining materials that we have right now. Leary, I don't have anyone at the moment, but I think Leary, I used to have Shinhe and Guchain. So like, yeah, Kujo Sarah, I have for Inazuma for the flowers and the Sunseeders over here. Sumeru, I have Forozone, I think, for the rose and the apples. Fontaine is Navia, you know, for the fruit and the chicken bone, I guess you could say. And like, yeah, that's it so far. But I think when I first started playing, right, or like during the beginning, I used to have like characters, you know, for more over here. You know, like yeah, whether it would be Kachin or Shenhe, like one of the two. But like I definitely had like leeway before that. Like yeah. Oh nice. Have you played like any other games before by chance? Like any other Hoyoverse games before, or is this your very first one? But like I'm glad to see that you really enjoying the game so far. Nonetheless, Kata. But like yeah, what other games have you played before though? Like besides Genshin back then. But like yeah. Before Genshin's nice overall. I like to say it's my very first ever Hoyoverse game, I guess you could say. Honkai Star is like my other game, I guess you could say, but and whatnot. But before Genshin, I also played Breath of the Wild though. So like you know, so like it's not exactly my very first ever open world adventure game, you know, since Breath of the Wild was one before that. And like I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know if Final Fantasy VII Remake counts as one though, because you know FF7 Remake isn't like as open world, you know, compared to Rebirth. But I also play like FF7 Remake as well, you know, so it's not exactly my very first RPG per se, but it is one of my first ever ones, I guess, you know, if you consider Genshin after Breath of the Wild, I guess. Like yeah. I am AO44, but I've been in the 40s. Dude, when you get to AO55 or when you get to AO50s, like even mid 50s, you'll feel that even more. So like yeah, it does not get easier from that point, because like when I was like AO59, you know, or like AO56 or AO57, like it felt like an eternity to like even like level up like one adventure rank. So like yeah, it does not get easier from there. In fact, it gets harder, a lot harder. You know, from there. Like if you've been saying that from getting to AO40 to like AO44, you know, takes like forever, but I mean technically it does feel quite longer, you know, compared to like AO1 to AO20, you know, but it does not get easier. So like yeah, because you know, AO55 to like AO60, you know, like, you know, it feels like twice the amount between like AO0 to like AO44 to me, or at least something like that, you know. So like yeah, so it does not get easier, but like over time, you know, and like the more consistent you play, you will get to AO60 at the end of the day, because like we managed to get AO60, you know, like when completing daily commissions and whatnot. So like yeah. For levels, I have like 280s, 70s, 60s, 350s. Oh nice. Wait, you your 280s are Karawa and Scout VA, right? How good are they, do you think, so far? Or do you use them at all, I'm guessing? Like, yeah, I'm assuming you do, right? Because, like, those are your highest, characters you have, currently right now. Or do you use the other characters instead, just to, like, keep the balance, a bit more when it comes to difficulty against fighting enemies, per se? But, like, yeah, But, yeah, wait, how do you only have like 3,000 more though, Henry? Like, yeah, how do you only have like so little? What do you mostly spend it on? But like, yeah, I have like a whatever that number is. You know, I can show again. It's just that, you know, I don't really know what to spend it on, just because, you know, like, I just like don't really spend them on, I guess, anything. But like, yeah, I mean, I have been spending them a bit more recently, you know, because like a couple of months ago, I figured out that within almost every region, you know, there's like some like vendors, you know, that like sell like certain stuff, you know, like items over here, like the two markings over here, Leeway, like sell some stuff, you know, and like Flora, you know, the florist, you know, sells some stuff over here too, and same with Simero, like these two people like sell stuff. So like I've been spending, I guess, a bit more now, you know, but I mean, I definitely wouldn't say that I'm like spending like a lot, I guess, because like, you know, like I'm not worrying about at all when it comes to like how much more I guess I have. But like yeah, but yeah, what other games do you like to play, Kata? But I'm glad to see that you're liking Genshin so far nonetheless. Have you tried out the other Hoyoverse games by any chance, or will you be considering them at all, per se? But like yeah, I'm finally building my support on my main account. Ooh, which ones are you gonna be building? True, but like yeah, what supports are you building for your main account? Like yeah. Wait, which ones did you have? You have I forgot which ones you have, but wait, did you had any supports on your character roster showcase or no? I don't think you did. Because last time I saw was Anexa, Casterus, and Herta, right? What supports are you thinking about building right now? Well, like, yeah, well, like, which ones are you dedicating yourself to? Upgrading artifacts, character levels, and oh, yeah, that's true. If you like actually dedicate, you know, building characters, you know, then yeah, it like adds up. Not gonna lie. Like, yeah, when it comes to more rise, you know, especially the EXP bugs, you know, the EXP bugs like definitely like drain really fast. I like to say over here. Well, like I guess it's because I have like 95% of my characters like unbuilt, you know, in which that may also still play a factor in which I don't have, in which like I have like a lot of more per se. But like, yeah. Yeah, I just like don't know what to spend them on. Like, I kind of just like spend them on whenever I needed to, you know. But at the same time, you know, I did have the expedition, you know, this patch for like the more back then. So like, yeah. So you know, since I had my characters, you know, for the expedition more, for leeway that is, you know, then like it like definitely like added up quite a bit over time and whatnot. So like, yeah. But the EXP bugs, you know, they like train even faster, at least in my personal opinion. Like the EXP books over here, like I feel like they like drain the fastest out of everything, you know, when it comes to currency wise, I guess you could say, you know, like yeah, but like the more, you know, I'm like really not worried at all over here, just because I don't know, I kind of just like use them, you know, when I had to, or just like don't really think about using them when it comes to like building characters, I guess you could say. But like yeah. Oh, nice. What other games, yeah, do you plan on trying out sometime? You should try out Star Rail if you're interested in turn-based RPGs as well, by the way, Kata, but up to you, because, like, not everyone, you know, is exactly into Star Rail, you know, that also play Genshin too, but majority of people, I like to say, that are into Genshin also like to play Star Rail as well, but, like, yeah, I personally like to play both Genshin and Star Rail, but I do like to play other games too, that's, like, really not related to gacha games, you know, like, yeah, like how I was mentioning Call of Duty earlier, to finish the Battle Pass, you know, and like, Switch 2 is coming out really soon too, you know, so I might play some Mario Kart, you know, like, off stream, because I don't have a capture card, you know, like, yeah, but like, yeah, and I have a PS5 as well, so like, yeah, to play exclusives, like Gran Turismo. I tried to play Genshin free to play, but that didn't last long. It got more fun. That's okay, because I was free to play earlier as well, right? When I first started playing, but when Ayaka first came out, right? Like when Ayaka's banner first came out, like I was like really wanting her, I guess, you know, and I didn't realize about the Wilkin until like someone mentioned it to me, you know, like later on and whatnot. So like, yeah, I didn't realize like how much of a value, you know, the Wilkin has until someone like bought it up for the very first time. So like, you know, that like really made me break free to play, because the 3,000 total potential primo gems you can get like for like $5 is like, it's like such a good deal and whatnot. So like, yeah, but like, yeah, I try to be free to play as well when I first started playing. But when Ayaka's first banner was around and like someone mentioned to me about the Welkin, you know, like for like $5, that was a time in which I really broke free to play. So like, yeah. Favorite character? My favorite characters are Klee and Ayaka. Fearless Dino. But who are your favorite characters? By the way. But like, yeah. Well, for both of you guys, I guess. Since we're on the topic of favorite character, but yeah, for me it's Ayaka and Klee. But like, yeah, the two 5 stars. Bronya and Luwacha right now, and I finished my oh nice! Congrats on finishing your Casterus trace, by the way, True. How does she feel so far? Well, how does she feel right now compared to like before, in which you didn't have the traces maxed out before, I believe, right? Like yeah. Yeah, and that's, yeah, that's true. It does get more fun, you know, when you get like more characters over time, because it opens up like more gameplay opportunities for you too, you know. So like, yeah, and plus like overall, I feel like saving like in general is like a lot easier when you're like non-free to play compared to when you're free to play. Like when you're free to play, you feel like it's like save like every penny, you know, like, yeah, but when you're non-free to play, like, even if you just buy the Welkin, you know, like a goldfish like me that only buys the Welkin and the battle pass, you feel like you can like spend some from here and there, you know, obviously not as much, I guess, you know, compared to like whales / dolphins, you know, but like you have a more flexibility or at the end of the day to like go for more 5 stars that you want and whatnot. So like, yeah. Oh, nice. What makes you like Hu Tao the most, Fearless Dino? But like, yeah, Hu Tao's a nice choice. I have her as well, by the way. But like, yeah, Hu Tao's a really fun choice of a character. Like, yeah, she's the ultimate ghost troll in my opinion. So like, yeah, that we have in Liyue Harbor over here. I would really recommend finishing building Bronir, unless you don't have a really good healer already, you know, like Lewatcher, I guess, but Lewatcher isn't like that good as he used to be. So I mean, me personally, if I were to like build either between Bronir and Lewatcher, I would say Bronir is like the priority for me, at least for my personal thing. But like, yeah, because I still use Lynx and Bailu, which is still okay, I guess, you know, when it comes to, you know, my Herta / Castorus team. But I definitely want to like probably replace one or two with you know, Hyacinth, like later on once we like actually fully build her. So like, yeah, but between Bronir and Lewatcher, like if I was me, or if I were you, if I was me, which I is me right now, but like if I was me, you know, I would like, yeah, focus a little bit more on Bronir, but up to you, depending on which one you like more. Like, yeah. My main goal is to get Karara like in Escavier to like level 90, and then oh nice. Yeah, Karara and like Escavier are both like really good characters. I like to say Escavier is overall better than Karara, you know, like as a whole per se between the two, but nonetheless, those are like really good choices, you know, to like start off and whatnot, you know. So like, yeah, plus Cryo, you know, is gonna like the Cryo region's coming out really soon too, you know, and Cryo might be the meta, you know, like when Snaya come out, you know. So like the investment for Escavier, I like to say it's like a pretty good choice nowadays, you know, just because Cryo might be the next meta afterwards. But like, yeah. But yeah, she's the ultimate ghost spooky prankster, Fearless Dino. What characters do you like to use with Hu Tao? But like, yeah, what do you like about the most about Hu Tao that makes her as your favorite character, I guess you could say. But like, yeah. I mean, she's not my favorite character exactly, but she's like kind of up there, I guess, when it comes to my favorite character. Not gonna lie, like, yeah, because you know she's like a silly ghost troll to say the very least, right? That we have in Liyue over here, but like, I still like Klee and Ayaka still overall more and whatnot. Still, nonetheless, since their first ever appearance. But like, yeah, she has like 9,000 HP now. Oh, really? For your Castorus? That's really good, right? Because like, I'm pretty sure mine says like 8,000, I think, the last time I checked over here. But what about your speed and like everything else? Do you think they're good? Or well, like 9,000 must be really good, I'm guessing, right? Because for Castorus, you know, like part of her main kit is like based upon HP per se. But like, yeah. My favorite character is Hu Tao. Really? Is your favorite Hu Tao as well? How come it's Hu Tao? Well, like, yeah, Kader. I mean, Hu Tao's not a bad choice, nonetheless. But I'm kind of surprised that both of you guys, you know, that you guys have been saying that Hu Tao is your overall favorite, you know. Well, like, yeah, I thought you guys would have like different favorites, you know, just because there's like so many characters in Genshin already. This at the very least, like compared to before, you know, in which we got like a couple, you know, back in Mondstadt and Liyue region years. But like, yeah. But I mean, it's okay that you don't have Hu Tao, I guess, but she's still really good, at least in my personal opinion. And plus, I still use her, you know, when it comes to like my second team, you know, with her, Raiden, Bennett, and Zunli, I guess, you know, or Zunli and Ganyu, depending on like how difficult the enemies are, you know, that is. But like, she's like not as good as she used to be, I guess, you know, because Alakina and Vika are out like right now, per se. But she's fun to play though, not gonna lie. And her character is also really fun too, you know. So like, yeah. She feels great hitting. Oh, nice. Like, what did she hit before then? I guess before 2 million. Now for your casters compared to like last time that you didn't have like 9,000 HP back then. But like, yeah. I really don't know how much mine's hit, not gonna lie, but I mean, I'm pretty sure 8,000 is still the minimum, right? Or like the minimum recommendation, you know, that they recommend you to have, you know, to like make the most use of Caster's HP factor, I guess, you know, like yeah. Wait, let's use the Helicross first, but these are ranged attackers, right? Not like melee attackers, so. I kind of want to use the Helicross to attack the base over here, but at the same time, you know, we may need to use the Rune Guards first just because the barriers are like not destroyed just yet. So like, yeah. I think we can like use the Rune Guard to like get rid of one barrier. And like, maybe use the Helicross like later on, you know, to follow-up attack towards the other enemies over here. So like, yeah. I'm kind of leaning towards here, but it won't let us put it oh, it can. We just have to like put it on the very left side over here. But like, ooh, this might not be the best idea, because I didn't realize the slimes like attacked right away. You know, like in front of our face when we put the Rune Guard over here. But hopefully it can survive, I guess. But wait, we could put multiple down though. You know, like, yeah. So it may not be that big of a deal, but like, still. I'm using the Watcher for, oh, okay, I see. So, like, you probably, need to build him more then if, you don't have, like, a suitable healer for, you know, your My Day team that is right now. Like, yeah. I'm not used to the element part of this game yet, so I'm mostly playing with, that's okay. Like, yeah, play whoever you like the most, because that's how I look at it, you know, like, I always, like, prioritize pulling for characters that I like the most, rather than, like, stats and HP and, like, damage per se. I mean, damage and, like, meta, you know, play is factors still, nonetheless, I guess, in terms of, like, whether to pull or not, you know, but it's, like, one of my least priorities when it comes to, like, whether to, like, spend the Primogems to pull for one certain character and whatnot. Like, yeah, like, for me, it's still the character personality traits and the gameplay slash whether I like them really or not, you know, like my preference. Like, those are the priority for me. Stats, meta wise, you know, it's like one of my least priorities when it comes to, like, you know, like who to pull for to say the very least. Like, yeah. Like, I believe there are like quite a couple of meta characters, you know, like that appeared quite recently, right? Like, I guess, like, for example, you know, like Fei Xiao, you know, like, well, that's in Honkai Star Rail, I guess, you know, but like Fei Xiao, like, she was supposed to be like a really good she is still a really good character now, you know, but like, especially during her first banner, you know, like, she was like one of the best, you know, back then, I believe, in Honkai Star Rail back then. I mean, I didn't really pull for her still, despite her being really good, just because I'm not too much of a fan of, like, her character design slash gameplay as much, I guess. Like, yeah, at least in my personal opinion. But yeah, pull for whoever you want to pull, like, and don't like, you know, other factors, I guess, like, stop you or deter you too much about pulling for characters that you really like at the very end of the day. But like, yeah, I'll just hit like Trailblazer like level 20 in Star Rail, and I'm trying to do the Ascension quest. Oh, really, for Star Rail? What characters are you using right now though? Or like, what characters are you mainly using right now for your team so far, Henry? But like, yeah, for TL 20. But yeah, that's okay. I mean, eventually over time, you know, once you play more, you know, and once you familiarize more, you know, with the game, then you become more familiar with the elemental combos and stuff like that. Because yeah, the characters that you're mentioning right now don't really provide that much of an elemental mix, you know, like how you mentioned Carrara and like Escavier, I guess, you know. But I mean, they kind of do in some cases, you know, but not exactly, you know, compared to like Hydro and Cryo, you know, or like, for instance, like Hydro / Pyro, you know, like fire and water, or fire and ice, like water, ice, I mean. But like over time, you get to like more familiarize yourself and like get to know, get the hang of like what elements work the best between each other and whatnot. So like, yeah. But you've been only playing for like a little while, so you have time to like experiment and whatnot, you know. So like, yeah. Back then she was like, Oh wait, what was her HP back then? Like, yeah, if she's like only hitting like less than half than she is right now, I guess. But like, yeah. As a YouTuber once said, any character can beat the game. So, yeah, I don't know who exactly said it. I know that someone else mentioned that before too. You know, I don't know if it's a YouTuber, but I'm pretty sure it was a TikToker instead that I saw earlier. You know, to like saying that like, remember, not every character is a must pull. You know, like pull for whoever you enjoy the most and whatnot. Like, yeah, that's kind of how I look at it as well. You know, but I mean, not gonna lie, meta / damage, you know, do play sort of a factor, you know, when it comes to like doing end game stuff like a lot easier and whatnot. So like, yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, you should still pull whoever you like enjoy playing the most, you know, like, yeah, rather than just like, you know, hitting numbers, I guess you could say. Like, yeah, because that feels a bit more pure, I guess, you know, when it comes to pulling for characters, I guess you could say, rather than just like being a robot, I guess, and like hitting just numbers. But like, yeah, but still though, I mean, it's a factor nonetheless. But yeah, I prioritize just pulling for characters that I just tend to like really enjoy or like really like over just, you know, numbers per se. Like even if for example, Klee is like not good, right? Like Klee, well, yeah, Klee is considered like not good, I guess you could say, compared to like obviously Hu Tao or Kino and others, you know. But she was still like one of my most wanted characters back then and whatnot, and like yeah, I pulled for her and like Venti, you know, during the same day as well, despite them like not being meta per se. Like, yeah, because I really like their character and playstyle overall and whatnot. So like, but nonetheless, your characters that you have right now, like, still pretty good though. You know, even if you didn't intend to pull them, you know, like meta wise per se. But like, you know, Escavier is like one of the best sub DPS right now, you know, and she might get even better as time goes by. And like Takenari, at least in my personal opinion, might be the best standard 5-star that you can have right now. Cause like, you know, it used to be Mona, I think, right? That used to be that was like probably like the best standard 5-star, you know, maybe Jean as well, you know. But like, we have Farina now, so like Farina just kind of like outclasses, you know, Mona now, and plus we have like other Hydro Elementals too, you know, that like fits in the role of Mona, like much more now than before. So like, yeah. Dr. Ratio, Anexa, Bronya, and oh nice, that's a pretty good team then, Henry. I feel like you should have like no issues then when it comes to doing the Essential Quest, you know, for like level 20. That is because you like using like really good characters overall and whatnot. So like, yeah. I believe when I was TL20, I used like quite weaker characters overall. Like, yeah, I think way back then, you know, like TL20 or like during the very early stages of Star Rail, I used perhaps Bailu, I think, Kafka maybe, or Herter, like regular Herter, and March 7th. So like, yeah, overall your team is like should have no issues when it comes to doing the Essential Quest of like Trailblazer level 20 for you so far, I like to say at all. Like, yeah, since yeah, you have like a pretty good team nonetheless. Yeah, and a balanced team too, you know, Dr. Ratio, Anexa, Bronya, and Bailu. So like, yeah. Wait, did we get all the rewards? Okay, we did. But I'm kind of like not really thinking too much when it comes to doing this Operation Downpoint simulation event over here, but I'm assuming for like the later levels, we might have to take a little bit more thinking overall, because, you know, the strategy seems to be more important now. But like, yeah. Who are you pulling for next, do you think, Kata? Like, yeah, what character do you think you'll be pulling for next? Since you just got, Escavier and, like, the other characters too, you know? Like, yeah. Wait, did you get Takenari from the standard banner or from the, seasonal banner? Like, the character banner with Escavier / the banners that we have, right now, per se. But, like, yeah. I don't think the first 5-star I got from the standard banner was a character. I'm pretty sure, no, it wasn't. It was a Jade Spear, you know, the Shao Jade Spear. But yeah, did you get Takenari from the standard banner or from the character banner? Like, yeah. But like, yeah, that's a really big difference. And I'm kind of surprised that you know, she hits like 2 million now compared to 900k from before. Because like, you said the only thing you changed, I think, so far was the HP, right? So like, I was really surprised at like how much of a difference that made. Because like, you know, I didn't realize it was like over twice the amount, you know? So like, yeah. I thought it'd be like, maybe around like 1.5 or like less than that, just because, you know, I didn't thought that HP was like the humongous factor when it comes to Casterus, per se. But like, yeah, I know it is an important factor, you know, but I didn't realize it is a huge beneficial change, at least for your Casterus. Like, yeah. Then I'm going to build Gallagher and... Oh, okay, yeah, I would really recommend building, for Casterus, more so on Pila, I guess, since, you know, you can use Watcher instead, right? And you have, like, other abundance characters, I'm assuming too, right, per se? But, like, yeah, Gallagher, I think, is also... Yeah, you know, yeah, Gallagher is definitely really good with, Casterus, because, he relies... Like, he also has, like, HP, changes to his overall kit as well, you know? So, like, yeah, I think Gallagher... probably is the second best, right? Alongside with Hyson over here, but like, yeah. I just don't know how to do it. It just like keeps taking me to the Gerallo 7 quest. Oh, for Belobog. You have to go to a certain location, I think, when it comes to doing the TO's 20 Trailblazing quest for Staria. I'm not quite sure exactly where to go again because it's been like such a long time, you know, since I've been there, but I'm pretty sure within one of the Ascension quests, it's like a domain that you like go to, you know, and then it'll force you to like you know, fight off against waves of enemies and whatnot. So like, yeah, you might have to like talk to Pom Pom about it, you know, at the Astro Express to like tell you the way to go, you know. But like, I'm pretty sure it was like at a snowy area, you know, in which you like had to fight your pod and like go to like a circular area per se. At least that's when I kind of remember when it comes to Belobog Trailblazing Ascension quest. Like, yeah. So yeah, I talked to Pom Pom about it first, and then like he would be able to tell you like where to go, I guess, you know, when it comes to which domain to choose for the Trailblazer Ascension quest. But like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like it's like towards like a bottom area of Belobog. Like, yeah. I'm going to use the Casterus free-to-play team. Oh, really? Wait, what? Do you have the other characters for Casterus as well, or no? Yeah, you didn't go for Hyson, right? Yeah, since you went for Herta. Wait, what's the other character that's might be good with Casterus too? I can't remember. But like, it's someone that replaces Pila, right? I think. Except I can't remember, and plus her support. You know, wait, is Run Mei one of her best in slot characters for Casterus or no? Like, I forgot, but I know Hyacinth's there, right? But what are the other two? Because I can't exactly, you know, remember who the other two that's supposed to be really good with Casterus. But like, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was one Ren Mei, right? Unless she's like better off with the Herta team instead, but I think it's either between Runmei or Sunday. That's like within one of the two teams, you know, of like Casterus or Herta, you know, like yeah. I want Kenichi and Tama next. I have Tama now. Oh, have you pulled yet? Or no? Cause Kenichi is out today, you know. Like yeah, he like came out like this afternoon or like this late afternoon alongside with Raiden. But are you still pulling for Kenichi by any chance? It's just that you like still trying to like farm Primogems. Yeah, Primogens for him, I'm guessing, right? Like, yeah. Kenichi's good, not gonna lie. Like, I mean, he's good, but not one of the best, though. Like, compared to, like, Mavica, Nuvolette, / Olakino, I guess, you know. But he's still good, though, nonetheless, you know. Like, yeah, and, you have Kurara built, right? So, if you have Kurara built, I think Kenichi goes well with her. Oh, crap, we didn't do it the right way. But, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know too much about Kenichi and Kurara, but I do believe both of the dendros like go really well together. Like they like synergize really well. That's what I was looking for. Like yeah. I have a C3 Lynette and a C2 Sarah, so Oh, really? Dude, but C2 or C3 Sarah is like really good though, you know, like, yeah, I think C3 might be the best for Kuja Sarah, but like, you're like one constellation off, you know, from getting like her best constellation, I believe. So like, yeah. I mean, Lynette, I'm pretty sure doesn't really matter too much when it comes to her constellations, I guess, you know, except for C6, I guess, you know, if you like really want to like, you know, make the most use of Lynette over here, but Kuja Sarah, I know, like, would say C3 might be the best for her. So like you're like only one step off to say, but like still. The quest says I have to complete the Trailblaze mission. Not good with Oh, okay. So you might have to like do more of the Archon quest, I guess, or the Trailblazing quest in order to like unlock the hidden domain when it comes to, you know, the Ascension quest. Because I mean, I'm trying not to provide any spoilers over here at all, but like I do believe you definitely do have to do some of the story still if you only started Battle Block for like a little bit of a while so far, you know, like yeah. Her free-to-play team is Lynx. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Remembrance Trailblazer. Like yeah, I know Pila is one of the free-to-play characters, but I totally forgot that the Remembrance Trailblazer, you know, is like one of the best for casters, and I think maybe one of the best, you know, for Herta too, you know, like, yeah. I'm not quite sure about the Herta, but I completely forgot that Remembrance Trailblazer, you know, is like really, really good with casters too. Like, yeah, so, yeah, you know, you might want to use her too as well, or like him, depending on which one you chose, but like, still. Oh nice, congrats by the way, Kata, like, yeah. Wait, did he like just got him just now, or, or like, did he got him like earlier before the stream, but like, yeah, since you didn't mention him, like, earlier the stream you just came by, but like, did he like just pull them? Like just now, or have you already pulled him before the stream? Like, yeah. Because he only mentioned Taganari, I believe, right, in SKVA before, but congrats on getting connection on less too, you know, like, yeah. I didn't realize you have connection as well, because the only 5 stars, you know, you mentioned you only got were Taganari and SKVA, but like, yeah. I got 2 Kuja Sarahs and another Lynette, and oh, we actually completed this time. I was a bit surprised because, you know, the Whopper Flower was still there over here, but like, yeah. But like, yeah, congrats on getting connection nonetheless. Those are pretty good pulls, I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah. Especially if you don't have Kuja Sarah already at like C3, I guess, you know, and if this is like your first time ever, you know, getting Kuja Sarah, then yeah, Kuja Sarah's a pretty good 4-star overall, I would say. Like, probably not as good as she used to be, you know, like she's like more better with like Radiant Shogun, you know, as well too, but still though, Kuja Sarah was like one of the most wanted characters I wanted, you know, back when she initially first appeared, like during the Radiant Shogun banner, not gonna lie. Like, yeah, actually between Kuja Sarah and Raiden, like when the characters like first initially came out, I actually wanted Kuja Sarah more than Raiden. Like, I don't know, I felt like she looked cooler than Raiden Shogun, you know, like her pose, you know, and like her leadership, you know, about being part of the Inazuma clan, you know. I mean, I know that Raiden is still technically like the leader, right, you know, but I don't know, in my personal opinion, I feel like Kuja Sarah just feels more of a leader than Raiden Shogun, per se, since, you know, she's like a puppet instead, you know, like, yeah, but still, like, back then, you know, I, mainly wanted to go for, Kuja Sarah over Raiden Shogun, you know, like, when her first banner, appeared during Inazuma back then, like, yeah. Have a good rest of your night, by the way, Henry. Thank you very much for hanging out with us again. Hope to see you on the next stream, nonetheless, but, yeah, have a great rest of your night again over here, but, like, yeah, Great talking with you again, but I hope to see you on the next one. I need to get a drink over here, not gonna lie, because my throat is getting dry, but like, yeah, have a good rest of your night. Whew. But yeah, you like definitely need to complete the trailblazing mission then if you if that's what Pom Pom says that you need to do before the Ascension quest, right? Like, yeah. Excuse me. But like, yeah. My Kujusero is like still level 1. I haven't put anything. Oh, that's okay. You just got her, right? Just recently, right? I believe, like, just today. So, you know, she's still like a new character to you, and like, you know, you literally just got her like a couple of minutes ago, I believe, right? A few hours ago. Like, yeah. Hello, Annabelle. Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going today? Hopefully you're having a great Tuesday as well, by the way, Annabelle. But nonetheless, happy second half of Genshin 5.6 day to YouTube, by the way, Annabelle. But like, yeah. Yeah, I haven't built my Kujusero neither, though. Not gonna lie. Well, actually, I built her like a little bit. You know, when I first initially got her, right? You know, like during the very first ever banner, she was with like Raiden Shogun back then. You know, cause I wanted to like see how she plays. You know, with her trifecta era over here. You know, but like I haven't really built her like beyond that. You know, past like level 50 over here. So like, yeah, like I built her like a little bit. You know, during the first Raiden Shogun banner and tried her out a little bit, right? And with the sacrificial bow, but I haven't really like used her too much beyond that point, like later on per se. But like she's still good though, nonetheless, per se. But she's like definitely more meant for Raiden Shogun and whatnot, I guess you could say. Like yeah, like how other people have been mentioning before. Oh well, welcome back to the stream. By the way, Zendaya. Yeah, what do you want me to call you by then, I guess? Like, yeah, since, yeah, you were, Zendaya from, before that. It's just that, you know, I didn't know that. I didn't know until now, you know? Like, yeah, I think EOS is still probably the best artifact set for her, though, nonetheless, but, I mean, it's okay. I think you should probably still prioritize the 5 stars, still, when it comes to building, just because, you know, you just got them recently, and they will like help a lot, you know, when it comes to doing like really boss fights and whatnot. Like, yeah, like the 5 stars that you got so far, like all like really good, you know. The 4 stars are pretty good too, though. Not gonna lie, especially Kujusero over here and Tamai, you know. But, well, like, yeah, when I first started playing Genshin, I guess, you know, like when I first started, you know, during my early AR levels, you know, I've been kind of like mostly building 5 stars overall, cause they've been kind of like the main carry, I guess you could say, for the Tibet journey that we've done through Dragonspine and like Inazuma so far. So like, yeah. Earlier today, I did lose 50-32 though, so now... Oh, I didn't realize you got in Taganori like from a 50-50 though. Like, I thought you got him at like a standard banner, you know, but I didn't realize you got him at C1. So like, yeah. Hopefully it was like early pity though, you know, for Taganori over here, but like, yeah, how did your pulls go though? Like, overall, do you think, between Taganori and Kanech, I guess? Like, yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize you haven't C1. I mean, I never got a Taganori before. The only reason why I have him right now, you know, is from the anniversary free 5-star redemption, you know, when like Nalin initially came out, you know, but yeah, C1 Taganori, it seems to be alright, I guess. Like, his charge attack crit rate is like increased by 15%, you know, so like, if you do need that extra 15% crit rate, you know, it can make quite a bigger difference, you know, depending on like what you have right now on him. But like, yeah, I want to say it's like exactly like that too much of a difference once you get like better artifacts per se, you know, because 15% is like not that much, I don't think, right? Like, yeah. No Kanech yet. Yeah, you have a few days. I mean, like, after all, this banner, you know, just came out today and whatnot. So like, you still have like less than 3 weeks, you know, until the next banner comes around for then. So like, yeah, no need to rush, you know, like, yeah. Oh, okay, I'll just call you by Annabelle then, from now on. But like, hopefully you've been having a great day so far, nonetheless. Did you do anything fun or special throughout Memorial Day weekend, by the way, Annabelle? But like, yeah, oh, what house are you gonna go to? But like, yeah, whose house are you gonna party at? Like later this week or during the weekend, I guess, Annabelle. But like, yeah. Well, like, yeah, what is your future plans coming up really soon? Since it seems to me that you know, you have quite a a bit of a schedule planned already per se. But like, yeah, um, let's see over here. Yeah, Kuja Sarah, I think is like the best with Raiden, as I was mentioned earlier, right? But I think Kuja Sarah might go really well with Taganori too. Since I believe Electro and Danger like all also like really good combinations to have as well per se, but like I mean build whoever you want to build though, nonetheless over here. But regardless, you have like already like really good characters so far, nonetheless. Like yeah, I'm sorry to see that you lost your 50-50 though to your C1 Taganori. I thought you didn't have Taganori before, cause you only mentioned Taganori once. Like when it came to like mentioning your 5-star characters, or like your initial characters, with the Scavier. But like, yeah, C1 Taganori actually might not be too bad for like beginner players and whatnot, because usually your levels / characters are like generally not as developed, during the early stages compared to the late stages of the game. So like, yeah. Oh wait, did he had a? But yeah, did he went during Memorial Day? I thought you like going this weekend, since you've been saying that you've been telling people that I'm going to their house. So like, I assumed that you haven't been there yet, since you said that you're going to their house, like later tense and whatnot. Like, yeah. No, like I was telling them I'm going to their house since I'm Annabelle. I'm scaring. Oh, is Annabelle supposed to be like some kind of ghost? Or like, wait, what do you mean? Like, is she supposed to be like a haunted character? Or like, because I don't know really much about Annabelle at all when it comes to like, I guess you could say, like characters like story-wise and whatnot. Like, yeah. But yeah, she's. Oh crap! I didn't realize there's these yellow things over here. Like, stop your characters. Like, that's like really bad. Okay, so like, I thought they give you like a buff, because like usually when it comes to the yellow things, like the yellow glowy things, they give you like a buff for your character. But no, they actually get rid of us, which is like really bad. Well, like, yeah, at least for a certain period of time. But like, yeah, I thought that'd be a buff though, like, yeah, rather than like a debuff when it comes to the game board over here, like, yeah. Sorry, I don't know who Annabelle is. Is she like a fictional character, or like what kind of character / name is that supposed to be? But like, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who she is. No, have I heard of that before? But I thought she's a fictional character from like some kind of fantasy, fantasy story per se, because the name kind of sounds like that, I guess you could say like Annabelle, like Isabel / I don't know, like maybe some characters from like Snow White, I guess, like Frozen, but yeah, other than that, I don't know who Annabelle is over here, but like, yeah. Did he pull for anyone, by the way, Annabelle, or no? Or are you gonna be saving for Skirk still, like when it comes to next banner instead? I'm assuming next banner will be Skirk, and like the rerun character, as well as maybe other stuff too. But yeah, did he pull for anyone by chance? Like for today, that is, since technically today we got like new banners today for Raiden Shogun, Kanich, and the Inazuma Chronicle Wish banner, like yeah. By the way, I think the Inazuma Chronicle Wish banner is actually like pretty good still, like obviously it's like not as good as it used to be, when Inazuma was first around, but I mean Kazura, like he's still really good and whatnot, and it's like still one of the best, like yeah. But I mean still though, you should like still pull for whoever you want to pull. But like if I didn't have like any of the characters, like between Kanich, Raiden, and like the Chronicle Witch banner, yeah, my first choice would be a Yaker. So like, yeah, despite her not being good, obviously, and like being less powerful than Risley, but nah, it would still be a Yaker. So like, yeah, because I remember during her first trailer or her first banner, Like I wanted to pull her like no matter what. Like yeah, because her gameplay looked really flashy and really cool as well per se. But like I got Escavier, so like I'm at 0 pity and I have no wishes and I've not played since Barista came out. Oh, okay, so you haven't like saved in quite a while or haven't played in quite a while after you got Escavier during the first half, right? Well like yeah, yeah, I guess you could just like save then, or at least maybe try to like play a little bit, you know, at least for the events slash claim your free Primo gems, you know, for like maintenance. Well, I don't think we had maintenance today though, because like today's like only the second half, you know, like yeah, compared to the first half, you know, in which there was like actually downtime. So like yeah, maybe you could just try like to do the minimum stuff, you know, when it comes to Genshin. But I mean, it's real to you and whatnot, you know, like yeah, but yeah, you did manage to get Escavier though, at the very least, last update per se, which is really nice, you know, since she's like one of the best 5 stars now, I believe, right? Like yeah. Well, when it comes to sub DPS, that is. I'm not quite sure about the support though, but sub DPS, like she's like one of the best 5 stars, I think. Like yeah. Oh, okay, that's okay. If you're like burnt out, then like it may be safer for your mental health, you know, just to like take a break and whatnot. Like yeah, but like still though, if you want to like pull for Skirk, you know, or if you want to pull for other characters, you know, too, then like, you know, you need to dedicate yourself, I guess, in order to like try to like go for Skirk or like other characters that might come out soon, you know. Like yeah, but I mean, up to you, you know, of course, you know, you don't have to, obviously, but like no matter what, but the banners are coming out really soon, so yeah, you may want to consider dedicating yourself to like, you know, try to gather as much Primo Gems as possible before Skirk and whatnot, I guess, like yeah, or like any of the other characters besides Skirk we have here, like Connect Raiden. Oh wait, the red things, they like destroy you. I didn't even realize it until just now. But like yeah, the mines over here, they like completely get rid of you. So like that's like, you know, really bad. Okay, let's use the hydro circular things instead, I guess, for now. But wait, I didn't realize that the red things like completely get rid of you though. It's like a one shot, I believe, too, right? Like yeah, at least the hydro things, you know, they like kind of does like AoE afterwards, you know. But unfortunately for the game board, it's like only one way, you know, that the game pieces can like go through and whatnot, right? Like yeah. Who do you use it with so far, Annabelle? But like yeah, with Escavier. I still kind of see her more of a sub DPS over support though, but like, yeah, I think she's like probably like the best character for freeze teams now. You know, one of the best to like on par with freeze teams now. You know, like yeah. I mean, I haven't really got to use her much yet, you know, because I've yet to build her. You know, ever since the first day I got her, but like a lot of people have been saying that, you know, she's like really good with a Yaker. And like a lot of other characters too that uses cryo freeze teams and whatnot. Like yeah. Oh, did you just start it, Ampher? Okay, that was really bad. But like, did you just start it, Ampharos? I'm assuming, since you're currently doing. Wait, no, you're doing the newest one, right? With Hyacinth and Cypher. How are you liking it so far? But like, yeah. I thought you were just starting, because like when I first read it, you know, I thought you mentioned that you're like currently starting the Archon quest or the Trailblazing quest, but yeah, do you like it so far? Or how would you say it compares to the others, I guess, that we had before? But like yeah, it looks really good though, not gonna lie. I did like a little bit of the quick start, you know, when it comes to the boss, you know, for the Echo of War, you know, but I like turn my monitor off, you know, when I do the autoplay thing for the Echo of War, because, you know, spoilers and stuff like that. Like, I don't want them per se, but it does look really intriguing to play, not gonna lie, just because of the cover, you know, of like Hyacinth, Cypher, and like Trailblazer, and like the whole other gang, you know, of like trying to like march towards the castle, you know, and defeat the dragon. Like, it does look it does have the intimidation factor, I guess, when it comes to like cover art and whatnot, I guess you could say. Like, yeah. But yeah, I have not. Okay, at least we're able to get rid of the barriers over here. So I think we need to like put out pieces, you know, towards the left side instead of the right side, you know, like yeah, to get through the enemies, to say the barriers. But probably use the hydro enemies instead of the range ones, you know, because they do better close range and far range, you know, like yeah. Wait, I didn't mean to do that though. Okay, I didn't meant to do that because like, you know, I thought they're gonna go from down here to like up here, but like they kind of just like put themselves into the mindset, the mindset, you know, of the mind. But like, yeah. Really? I thought that Penokane was the best, you know? I know that Ampharos is good too, you know, but a lot of people have been saying that Penokane is still overall peak star rail, you know? Like how Fontaine was, you know, in Genshin, you know? But, I mean, yeah, I thought, dude, why did it go to the left? Well, like, yeah, I really thought that, you know, that Penokane was still overall peak star rail compared to Ampharos, even though Ampharos is still really good. Still, nonetheless, like, yeah. At least that's what I'm getting an impression of, you know, what when like comes to like everyone's saying they have their impressions of Ampharos so far, but like, yeah, I thought it would be Penokane is still the best overall per se, but like, still, Which one do you like better though between the two? Or yeah, I'm assuming you have done Penokane, right? Because like you said you're within the latest Trailblazing quest right now, but which one for you do you say is overall you like more between Penokane and Ampharos, I guess? Like, yeah. Because majority of people have been saying, dude, why does the duck go on all the way over here? Okay, but like, yeah. Like, why does it like wobble to the top right when I clearly ask it, you know, to like attack the treasure hoarders over here? But like, yeah. I guess it's because the barriers might be in the way, but I mean, I guess we used to hill across this time, like how we did before, you know? It's just that I thought the water and the water pieces, you know, would also, you know, attack the barriers here too, you know? Like, yeah. I was like so confused on like why I went around, you know, because we were like targeted towards this guy over here, you know? Like, yeah.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Really? No, people have been saying that Penokane is good. You know, people have been saying Penokane is like really, really good and whatnot, but I mean, they're both like different regions, I guess, you know, and like different story overall per se. But I'm kind of surprised that you don't like Penokane nonetheless, because majority of people have been saying that Penokane is overall really, really good and whatnot, I guess you could say. But like, still, wait, did he went for Hyacin at all, or Herter, or you can be pulling for the other characters instead, like Aglia, I believe, and Cypher, like yeah, we'll be pulling for them instead, per se, but like yeah, yeah, a lot of people have been saying that Penokane is really, really good. I've only done like a very little of it so far, you know, when you first meet Adventuring, you know, and Misha. And like after you escape from the delusional world of Acheron, you know, from the very beginning of it, per se. But I mean, we still need to finish like a lot of the other quests, you know, when it comes to side quests and like other character story quests, I guess you could say, from the Shenzo Lofu and whatnot. Like, yeah. The last one we did, I think, was the Jin Lu story quest. At least from what I remembered. Wait, never mind. The last one we did was All Lane and Aster. Like, yeah. Technically, All Lane and Aster was the last side character story quest, you know, that we did in the space station. But yeah, we still need to finish Shenzo Lofu and Bellabog, I think. Like, at least I want to, you know, before doing Penokane, you know, like, yeah. Did he manage to get Herter, by the way? Congrats on, wait, yeah, did he manage to get Herter, by the way, or no? Like, You made the right choice, oh, I can say, of, oh, please. Dang it, dude. Okay, let's try again. I think I know what to do this time. We just need to like put the helicrows like not too close to the barrier over here. Otherwise, you know, they'll be stuck from the burning of fire. You know, that damages over time. Like, yeah. But yeah. How did your hurt your pulse go?
Fry.
You made the right choice, by the way. Oh, yeah. You made the right choice, by the way. Like, yeah. But not gonna lie, Hyacinth is a nice pull as well. To say, it's just that I kind of expected her to do like more healing, you know, just because she really didn't feel like she healed a lot when I first, you know, initially tried her out back then when the first banner came out, you know, like yeah. Wait, it's actually kind of fitting though, you know, because like Hyacinth is like Barbara, you know, like they look like the same, but like, you know, Barbara doesn't also heal a lot in Genshin, so like, it's kind of fitting, you know, that they both don't heal exactly too much. It's because both of them, you know, like, in game, like, you know, they don't actually heal too much. Like, yeah, like Barbara, you know, doesn't really heal that much, you know, in Genshin, and like Hyacinth, at least during her character trial, you know, during that first day, she didn't really felt like she healed that much neither per se, but like, yeah, she does like a lot of damage though afterwards, right? When she uses her ult form, I guess, you know. Oh, I didn't realize to like get rid of this thing that's over here as well. But like, yeah. But yeah, she felt like she healed. She felt like she like did like a lot of damage like after we you know, finished her character trial, that is, like during the first day. But like overall, she didn't feel like she healed like a lot though, you know. So like, yeah. Does she really? How do you build her? Or how is supposed to build her? I guess, cause you know, the first time I tried her out, you know, like during her first banner, you know, I really didn't felt like she like healed a lot at all, you know. So like, I was a little bit underwhelmed, you know, cause I assumed, you know, she's supposed to heal a lot, just because, you know, she's Barbara. Like, yeah, like pure healing wise. But yeah, I was really surprised that she didn't exactly heal a lot, because during the character trial, you know, it felt like she did like a lot more damage, you know, over healing, you know, like, yeah.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Oh, okay, so, wait, it's just because Castorus's damage cannot get healed fully? Wait, what do you mean by that? Like, healed fully? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, but like, yeah. Oh, as into like her max HP? So like, no matter what, you cannot heal Castorus to like max HP with, even if you use Hyacinth, I'm guessing, right? Like, yeah. Or, because Hyacinth, I realized heals all the characters, right? Not just one character. At least when we tried her out for the first time. So, you know, she's definitely more of a spread out healer, I guess, you know, compared to like others, you know, like maybe Lynx, I guess, you know, besides her ult. And like perhaps Bailu too. No, Bailu's is more spread out because, you know, it's random. Like, yeah, but Lynx, I'm pretty sure it's more of a single healer. And maybe Ho-Ho as well, except I can't exactly remember just because, you know, I might be confusing one of the other two, you know, like, yeah, but still. Okay, we still need to get rid of this mine still, I think, right? I'm assuming the Helicrows over here might be able to, you know, not step on these mines, but hopefully that's the case. Like, yeah. Never mind. Never mind. So like, no matter what, we have to like step on this mine, apparently. Wait, no we don't. Okay, apparently for the Hydro things, we don't. So like, that's good news, I guess, right? But like, it still wasn't enough though, like, yeah. Like it does not heal the damage she... I'm not quite sure what that means still, like, it does not heal the damage she causes, so, I guess the less damage she does, the less healing that Hyacinth does overall, right? Is that what you mean? So like, I'm guessing that Hyacinth's healing corresponds to Asterisk damage, I guess, right? Like, yeah, like between the two characters. Yeah, it really didn't feel like it healed a lot at all when we initially tried Isen during the first day of a trial back then, but it's also probably because of the character builds are like not exactly the right build, I guess, or just not the right ones, you know, to use with Isen. But I'm pretty sure they would though, because it was one Mei, Caceres, and like another character that I forgot. Yeah, that we used with use. I think it was Triby. That was like our like last character roster. But like yeah. Have a good rest of your night, by the way, Animal. Thank you very much for stopping by the stream. Well, your phone is about to die, but like yeah. Have a good rest of your night if you know you're heading off for the night. That is, but yeah. Try adding 1 Helicurl, then add 2 Hydro Birds when the wait. Add 1 Helicurl, then add 2 Hydro Birds when the barrier breaks. Okay, okay, so instead of like 1 at a time, I guess we'd add 1 to 2 ratio instead, right? Like, yeah, when the initial barrier breaks, we can try again, but that might be a way. Like, yeah, I don't think the barrier is much of a problem anymore, because we just learned, you know, that the barriers can only be destroyed by the Helicurls. But like, yeah, I guess if we add the Hydro Slimes or the Hydro Birds alongside with the Helicurls, it will definitely put more pressure against the enemies over here. But like, yeah, but you see, the birds are just gonna go up here though. So like, I feel like there's like no point, you know. So like, yeah, because the birds like don't have as much of a brain, you know, compared to the Helicurls apparently. So like, yeah, I'm just like automatically going to the mines over here. But like, yeah. Hi, women, welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. How's your weekend been? Hopefully you had a nice Memorial Day weekend, by the way. But yeah, welcome back to the stream. I feel like 2 Helicurls might help, honestly. Just okay, never mind. Maybe not. Because like, you know, because like the birds, you know, they just like automatically go over here, you know, like yeah, compared to over here, in which the Helicurls actually have brains, you know, in terms of like way to attack per se. But we can like use 2 birds instead of 1. That way we can do a bit more damage over here, I guess per se. But I'm not quite sure though. Like yeah, I feel like we're doing something wrong still, except that the Helicurls definitely is the one that's still with the bears over here. But I think adding the slimes or the Hydro Birds, you know, like we can like follow up attack, you know, against the fortress over here, you know, like yeah. Hopefully the bird can at least do some AoE to like this top left base, because the top left base, you know, is the one that we're kind of like stuck on right now. Everything else is okay. It's just that the top left base, you know, is like the hardest one to get rid of right now, or the last thing that we need to get rid of. But this treasure hoard is like also in the way as well. So like yeah. Oh, that's good. Did you do anything fun or special throughout the Memorial Day weekend? Last weekend, if you celebrate Memorial Weekend, that is. But like yeah. But yeah, did you do anything special or fun throughout this past weekend? Since at least for us, it was like a 3-day weekend, I guess. But like oh really? How come? Oh, again, did you like order concert tickets for her, or how come you said that yeah, how come you said that she's your favorite? Well, like, or she's your best choice over here. Well, like yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's not working, Cap. But like the Helicurls, I think definitely should take care of the barrier over here, right? It's just that we may have to like add more over time, I guess, you know. So I guess once the barrier like gets away, then we can like add the Hydro birds like right away, you know. Like yeah, because the Hydro birds like won't go up, you know, if the barrier is destroyed, right? Like okay, like here we go. You know, also does AoE, right? Okay, so like yeah. Since it does AoE, you know, like, we don't have to do as much stuff with the Helicurls, you know, at least to take care of the barriers. Even though that's like their main goal still, you know, like, yeah. But then we can like add more Hydro pressure towards like. Oh wait, actually, I feel like we need to aim the Hydro enemy towards like the Hunter here. You know, like yeah, so we can like take him out. But I mean, luckily it has AOE, which like helps a lot for like taking out. The thing is that he's like not aiming at all over here. But yeah, I think the Hydro Slimes are still meant to be taking the main fortress, and the Helicros may finish off this last fortress over here. So like, yeah, let me try to like position this, I guess, to the other one over here. But like, yeah. Oh really? do you have any other personal favorites, by the way, or no? Or is she still like your top choice overall per se? But like, yeah. Have you went to heard concerts at all yet, or are you planning to in the future per se? But like, yeah. Welcome back, True. Welcome back to the stream. We're like stuck doing this puzzle over here, but yeah, nonetheless, welcome back to the Sinister stream. But like, yeah. Yeah, this last blockade is like the only issue we have, Cap. But like, I think we might be okay now, just because we have a bit more characters to now use, I think. Like, yeah. But like, it's really this only thing that's like holding us back, but okay. Oh, I don't know. Hopefully the Helicro can finish off the barricade, but yeah. This last barricade is it's like the biggest issue because of the freaking mines, you know? Like, yeah. Because of the mines. It's like really in the way over here, but yeah. What if we attack from right to left instead of bottom to top? You know, from the right side instead of the bottom side. Let's do that. Like, hopefully that will help, you know? Except one of them went up there for some reason. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it might be, because like at least one of the mines is like down now, you know? But I don't feel like that was like the right play though, you know? Like, yeah, because we like sacrificed one, you know, towards the top right over here that may not be needed, you know? Like, yeah. Okay, we're doing
the wrong test subject.
Oh, maybe like one of the Hydra. Yeah, one of the Hydra birds might go over here, because like the Hydra birds, you know, once they explode, they do AOE. So like, when this one explodes over here, it might do damage to like these two over here, and like the third one maybe too, you know? Like, yeah. So okay, let me think about this, I guess. But we're gonna put one Helicro to like over here though, just so we can get rid of the barriers, you know, and potentially do some damage against these three fortresses over here, you know, like, yeah, for the base. But I have a feeling that one of the Hydra ones like are supposed to go up here and explode to do like corresponding damage against the other things around them, you know? Like, yeah. At least hopefully that'll be the solution, you know? I'm not quite sure obviously still, but I'm assuming it might be that way, you know? Because we haven't tried it out yet, you know? Like, yeah. Let's see how it plays out though, but I'm assuming it might be like that. Hopefully, you know? Like, yeah. Try one Helicro and then one Hydra Bird when the barrier breaks and let it AoE, then add another Helicro and wait for the one Helicro to finish off. I think this might be the solution. At least this is looking good so far, you know, but I mean, okay. This is looking good so far. It's just that I'm not quite sure anymore. You know, like, yeah. Cause like, I mean, I'm assuming. Okay. Okay. No, I think this works. I think this still works because we still have like, yeah. I think this works. Well, hopefully. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we defeated it now. We just got lucky at the very end. Like, yeah. But yeah, I think this works. I think your method might work too. You know, like how you mentioned it earlier. You know, having like 1-1 and then like another 1-1 ratio to like follow up attack, you know, compared to the first one it works. But Hey, I mean, as long as it works, then like, that's what matters at the end of the day, I guess. But like, yeah, I wasn't really intentionally trying to do this over here, but hey, at least we passed the test. I guess you could say for the trenches level over here, So like, yeah. Oh, we still have like the next one over here though, but that was kind of difficult, not gonna lie, just because the mines over there requires like quite a bit of extra space and moves, when it comes to just passing those blockades, per se, at the very least. But okay, but like the rest of these, we like still have to do and like unlock, per se. I'm assuming these are already unlocked, because it doesn't say like a time frame or like a time frame in which the next stage will unlock, like for daily commissions and whatnot, So like, yeah, I'm assuming everything's unlocked. It's just that we still need to do like the previous levels before doing the last ones over here. Well, like, okay, but I mean, this one's probably gonna be harder overall. But luckily, there's like no mines, I guess, that we'd have to like worry about. That's like getting in the way over here. So okay, so this time we're using the Rune Guard, Helicrow, and the Summer Troll. Summer Troll is definitely better for long range, right? Because they're kind of like snipers, right? And like the Rune Guard's kind of like their lead tank when it comes to attacking close enemies. I'm assuming the Rune Guard is like, gonna be used to attack the fortress. But Helicrows definitely need to be used to get rid of the barricades, for the slimes and the two hunters over here. I'm gonna be guessing the hunter is more important just because it has like range attacks. So yeah, let's try to like get rid of the hunters first, that way they don't like attack later on once we march our way towards the main fortress over here. So like, yeah. Okay. Let me see. We have like a lot of rune guards though, right? Yeah. But the thing with the Lolitros, they don't like really attack, right? If there's a barrier in the way. So I think we're okay to like put one over here because there's nothing in the way anymore. Like we might need another Helicrow though to get rid of this barrier, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know actually if it's the right play just because, I didn't realize they'll like get gone like that. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I don't know if that's the right play. Because the slime, I didn't realize it was a sniper. So like, we might have to do this again. Just because I don't feel like this is the right play at all. Or like, this is not the correct play. Like, oh yeah, because the slime, I didn't realize it was snipers. Does the Rune Guard get rid of the barricade by any chance? Or no? I think it... Oh, it doesn't. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, we might have to do this again, just because the Rune Guard, I thought might take care of these snipers, or the slimes, But it apparently doesn't. Okay, like, yeah. So let's try this again, because there's no way we can do this with only one Rune Guard left over here, obviously, so, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the barricades are the most important, I think, overall. So the other enemies kind of just like do damage over time against us over here. Does this get rid of the barricades at all? No. I wonder if it does. Oh, it might actually. Well, it doesn't really get rid of them. It's just that, you don't have to get rid of the barricades when using the Lolitros over here, right? Or whatever these things are called. So like, it might work, honestly. It's just that we have to use the Heliotros over here instead, like, yeah, but I guess we can give this a try. Because I forgot about the slime. Yeah, because initially we were using the Helicrows, to take care of the barricades first, but now we may not have to anymore. Well, this scene is still over here though, so that's a bit tricky, I guess. Like, yeah. Let's try this. Let's just experiment, I guess. But I do think we may need to put a Rune Guard against the slime, or this hunter over here, like at the very start of the battle or the beginning of the battle. So Because the Rune Guard isn't, you know, really doing much at all yet. Like, it can't really do much, you know? It's just more of a tank. Like, marching towards the enemies over here. Like, yeah. Let me try to think again. But, like, I don't think this is the right play. We may need we may need to like snipe both of these two barricades actually, because we're like limited resources over here. If we put this like next to this and this, does it both attack it or no? Just curious. Okay, it only attacks one. Right, but like, okay, that was an even trade, but like it like only attacks one. So like, yeah, it's not like both of these enemies like attack your single character. When I start playing that event, I just make my other units engage without. Oh, actually, I didn't even do the tutorial either, but but like I'm getting. Wait, I should probably read actually, right? Because like there might be weakness right against these enemies. So yeah, I didn't really read neither. I kind of just like played as I went through, like doing it first time. So like yeah, I mean for the first few levels it didn't really matter much there, right? Because it's like very beginner level friendly, you know. But I mean now it kind of does, you know. But like yeah, I didn't really read the tutorial at all, just because the first few levels, you know, I kind of just played as it went along. But like yeah, excuse me. Let me try to think again. I'm pretty sure we may not have to get rid of the barriers then. Okay, if we place the Lotros over here though, it will attack us both. So like, for this specific spot, you know, it will attack us both, but like for this spot, you know, it's like an even trade. Yeah. Okay, we might have to do this again, I guess, just because, you know, to learn and experiment, I guess, but like, for this slime, it's like a 1-on-1 battle, but like for the hunters, it's like a 2-to-1 battle instead. You know, like yeah, which is like probably not the right choice to make. And we still deal with the fortress. The fortress doesn't really matter though, because they don't do any damage to you, you know. But I mean, we still have to technically get rid of them as well, you know. Okay. We have like 2 of each, right? I think. I mean, we could maybe use run. Actually, the rune guards, like the big mechas, you know, can probably still like march forward, you know, and take out the other enemies within here. It's just that the Helicrows and the Lolitro, whatever it's called, you know, takes the barricades. Like that could be it still, but like I don't know. Okay, another thing we could do is just, it's like 1-to-1. Like we could put one Helicro and like one Lolitro like towards over here. Hopefully that will work. Like yeah, like do 1-to-1, you know, and hopefully it'll like be an even matchup, I guess at least. Yeah. Okay, at least it's looking better. I think, right? Yeah, it looks to be a bit better. Like, yeah, to put like 1-to-1 ratio against these guys, but I'm not quite sure if it's like enough, you know, because we have a Rune Guard still we need in this patch. I want to get rid of the slime though, of course, like, yeah, because it's like really weak over here, but... Oh, I didn't realize the slime over here, you know, it's like not destroyed though, unfortunately, so... The slimes might be more bulky, you know, than like the right side of the hunters over here, like, yeah. Use 1 Rune Guard and 1 Helicro and 1 Electro. Oh, like 1-1-1 then? That the thing with the Rune Guard, it doesn't attack. Oh, maybe it does attack the barrier. Like, yeah, maybe it does AoE, I guess. Like, yeah, towards the top portions of the barrier over here. But yeah, the thing with the Rune Guard is that, like, I feel like it's like meant for long term because the snipers on the side, you know, like does damage to it, you know, like yeah, so like that's why I don't want to use the Rune Guard until the end, because I feel like the Rune Guards might be more best towards the end, that way it doesn't like take damage as it like stomps this way forward over here, you know, like yeah. Like, yeah, see? It sort of like takes damage, you know, when you place it a bit too early before the other enemies are still over here. So that's why I don't want to use the Rune Guard at all, yeah, just because, you know, if you use the Rune Guard early, then the other enemies on the side can like, you know, deal quite a bit of damage to him. So like, yeah. Okay, let me think again, I guess, but yeah. We could just put like a lot, I guess, you know. It looks better. I don't know. I want to say it looks better. Like, just because the Rune Guards took a lot of damage, like, in the middle over here. Like, yeah. I mean, I think this part looks better, right? Like, the right side. But I didn't realize that the Hydra Slimes, you know, are, like, a bit more bulkier than the Hunters over here, you know. So, like, at first, I was thinking, like, 1-to-1 ratio might be the right choice. Because, you know, like, it's an even trade-off on the right side, you know. And the left side as well, if that were the case. But now, I don't know much anymore if that's not the case. Like, yeah. I still want to do 1-to-1 over here. But the other side, we might do, like, 2-to-1 instead. I'll try to be a bit faster, I guess, you know. Okay, let's put the Helicore first, right? And then perhaps this over here again. Or, like, maybe another Helicore. Well, but I don't need another Helicore, you know, because the barricade is already destroyed, so... You know, that's the thing, like, yeah. Okay, I felt like I felt that looked worse. Not gonna lie. Like, yeah, I felt that looked... Oh... I just had an idea. We could, like, maybe have the Rune Guard attack one of these sides over here. I didn't thought about that until just... now, you know, like, yeah, we can have the Rune Guard, you know, like, okay, we might have figured out the solution. I'm not too sure though, but yeah, we could have the Rune Guard, you know, also fight alongside the barricades over here once we get rid of them, you know, because like they're like already really bulky to say the very least, but like, okay, that could work actually. Like, yeah, like my mindset was like thinking the Rune Guard like goes in the middle, you know, because he's the strongest, I guess you could say, in which he's like the center of attention. But I'm assuming they gave us 2 Rune Guards over here, so for like both sides, you know, of the enemies here. But like that could work, like, yeah, especially against the slimes, since the slimes, you know, are like a lot stronger. But actually, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be like doing that much damage though, unfortunately. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea, but I don't think it's the right idea. Unless it does AoE, which it doesn't, okay. Yeah, it was worth a try, I guess, but I don't think it was the right idea still. It's the right solution. Okay, so the Rune Guard does AoE, right? Like, yeah, an elite melee game piece with exceptional staying power. It does quite a bit of AoE damage, and it prioritizes attacking opposing pieces, right? The Helicore fighters are like more of a squad. While their attacks are ferocious, they are fragile. Like, you know, they may do like a lot of damage, but they're quite weak in terms of HP. And the Sematrals over here, they cast spells that target the ground, dealing high damage to single targets. Okay. Okay. They target the ground though, so like, you know, they really don't do too much against the barricades, I'm guessing, right? Like, at all that we found initially first. Well, like, yeah, I don't know. Let me try to think again, I guess, but like, yeah. Okay, the Rune Guard does AoE though, so like, you know, we could like have it attack like multiple enemies instead of just one, you know? Does the Rune Guard get rid of the barricade at all or no? I wonder if it does get rid of the barricade. I don't think it does, because like when we try to place the Rune Guard, you know, it doesn't target towards the barricade. Or like towards the enemies over here at the barricade, you know? Like, yeah. Like, yeah, I think it's just like I don't think you can use the Ruin Guard against the barricade, so let's try this again, but obviously don't use the Ruin Guard first. We can... Okay, another thing that we can do is try to like put multiple pieces on one side. So like hopefully they don't like destroy everything, you know, and we put like more pressure, you know, I guess, on one side in which they can like perhaps do more on the other side. So like, yeah, I guess we can like spam or try to spam, you know, when it comes to the pieces over here. Now, I don't know if this will work though. I mean, we could try, I guess, but the thing is that, oh yeah, I mean, it looks good, but the thing is that, you know, we have to like dedicate on like another side too, you know, which I don't know if we'll like attack the other side. Like, yeah, I mean, that's like, definitely like much faster, you know, but you know, the slimes are kind of like sniping us from the other side now, which is kind of bad. But like, the thing is that we need the Hillicrows, you know, to like get rid of the slimes. So like, yeah, which they're about to like get destroyed just now because, you know, we don't have like one over here. Okay. Yeah, I think I may know what to do, but I'm still kind of thinking. They only have 6, and you have... Oh, that's true. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6. That's true. So it's an even matchup, I guess you could say. But I think placing more, you know, on one side, or like one enemy, might be a bit better, so we can like have survivors to like correspond with attacks on later on, you know, like yeah. Okay, I think that was like working. Maybe we can use the Rune Guard instead. So like, have one each, you know, on one side and one each on the other side. That might work. Like, go from like from the sidelines to the middle. I think that might work, honestly. We'll see. But that may work, you know, if we just do like attack from the sidelines overall rather than... Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. It doesn't work. It does not work that way because the Rune Guards are not inside the cage. Okay, let's I still want to do 1-on-1, but make sure the barricades are destroyed. You know. And then we put the Rune Guard. Yeah, okay, and then we put the Rune Guard, and same as this one. But like, I don't know if that's the right choice though. Like, no, I don't think that is the right solution because the barricade over here is in the way. This might work. No, I don't think it does. The slimes are not done yet, and the Rune Guard is just being brainless. Like, okay. We may need to put like one side over the other more. The slimes are definitely stronger than the hunters over here. But like the Rune Guard, I feel like definitely should still be here. Oh, another idea is that we can like... I think the Lolitrolls like can still get rid of the slimes there, right? Yeah. Because they're like snipers, but they're like really weak compared to the Hillicrows. Well, the Hillicrows are weak too, you know, but I mean, at least they're like slightly stronger than the Lolitrolls over here. Rune Guard's too low damage in event, but there's a real damage in comp. Right, yeah. Like in the event, it does like puny damage, but in like in IRL game, you know, like it hits like a huge, humongous truck. So like, yeah. So of course, you know, when we get to control the Rune Guard, it does like barely anything. But like when we have to like fight off against it, you know, it does like godlike damage that it Archon does, you know. So like, yeah. Okay. And the slimes over here, you know, are like really bulky, you know, like really strong. But like in game, you know, they're like really weak. So like vice versa. So like, yeah. Okay, Hillicrows. Maybe we have to use 2, or maybe we have to like wait. Let's put one side, because technically we don't need to get rid of like one barricade, right? Because if we got rid of these 2, you know, the only thing we need to get rid of is this side. let's try that, I guess. Like, yeah. I don't know if this is the right play though, still, but I mean, it could work. Because I just realized that we don't need to get rid of every barricade. Well, that kind of sucked. Because, like, we only need to get rid of one. Well, we can, like, leave out one, I mean. But I have a feeling that the slimes, you know, do the most damage against the Helicrows. At least that's what it feels like. Oh, wait, the rune card does do damage against the barricade, but, I mean, it's, like, very little, in which it doesn't, you know, matter that much, you know. Like, yeah, let's try the other side. Because I feel like the, hunters over here, or, like, they don't do as much damage against the Helicrows. That's what it really seems like. Yeah, let's try that. I don't know if I want to put another one though, but we can. Well, they definitely don't seem to do as much, you know. Oh, come on, why do you like go back? Wait, this might be nah, I don't know if this is okay or not. Just because the slime is there still, but I mean, at least it's looking a little bit better, I guess. But oh wait, we have to like play this a bit faster. Like yeah, because I forgot about the other slimes on the opposite side that like were snipers. But I think this might be the solution. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this might be it. Like, yeah. Yeah, it is it. Okay, we did it. I think. Yeah. So it's like really like dedicating like one side over the other, I guess, and just like making your way through the barricade. But yeah, I'm assuming we could not have done it, you know, if we did the same strategy on the left side. Like yeah, because the slimes are like generally like much stronger, I think, compared to the hunters. But like, yay, we did it! Well, dude, I don't want to do this again. But like, yeah, we did it though at the very end of the day today. But like, yeah, that was a bit harder, I think, compared to the previous one. But the previous one was like also quite hard as well, at least in my opinion, though. Like, yeah. The slimes target the rune guard and not the Oh, I didn't realize that. Like, I didn't realize the slimes like don't attack the summer trolls, or like they don't really prioritize as much, you know, because I thought they do still. It's just that, you know, the summer trolls, like, they don't really be targeted upon until you have like nothing left over, you know. So like, yeah. Yeah, I realized that the slimes like take a lot more bulk, you know, compared to the treasure hoarders over here, I guess you could say. But like, yeah, I didn't realize that the slimes wait, yeah, it targets the rune guard more than the summer troll, because like when we initially attacking against slime, you know, with these two pieces over here, it felt like, you know, they're like destroying both of these, like when we were initially playing, you know. So like, yeah. But yeah, I might end it tonight, I guess, today. I think this is a good starting point for now. Yeah, next time I still want to complete the rest of the event over here, but I imagine that the other levels are going to be even much harder, I believe. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming by the stream. Hopefully get some good rest of the night. Oh, Friday I definitely want to do the theater though, because, you know, we have yet to like complete the theater still, and like it like ends this weekend, you know. Like yeah. Yeah, the theater I definitely still need to do, since we only like have like, wait, 4 days left, right? 4 days, is that on a Sunday or like during the middle of the weekend? But 4 days, so well, today's technically Wednesday, right? So Wednesday after 3 hours would be like the new daily. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, okay, it like ends Sunday. So we still have this weekend to do the theater, which I don't know if I'm looking forward to doing it, you know, because it's always been a pain for me to do theater. I have only done a theater like off stream, because it like requires my full undivided attention, you know, to like try hard at a theater because of like how many characters I have like unbuilt and whatnot. So like yeah, but yeah, thanks everyone for coming on the stream. Hope you guys get a good rest of the night, and yeah, take care, and yeah, hope to see you guys on the next stream then. But like yeah.